The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen. Spring is here. Oh, beautiful spring, bringing with it butterflies, blossoms, wildflowers, April showers, and...
Jack Benny. Hello again. This is your little buttercup speaking. Isn't that springish, folks? But spring is here. Nature beckons, and we are all victims of its magic spell. Aren't we, Don?
You said it.
Honestly, Don, I feel so good I could go right out and play 2 brisk holes of golf.
Don't overdo it.
Aren't you glad that we're back in California, especially during the spring season?
Oh, I sure am, Jack. Everything is so bright and green.
And have you noticed how warm it's getting?
Yes, sir. Real summer weather. And by the way, Jack, have you filled your swimming pool yet?
Yes, Don, with water and relatives. But I don't care about that. I have other interests this time of year, planting and gardening. Really, you don't know how much pleasure I get out of working in my garden, just digging into things.
Jack, I didn't know you were interested in gardens.
Oh, Don, just give me a hoe and a package of seeds and I'll sow my head off. I'm just mad about parsley in its wild state.
Oh, go on, Jack. You're not the type that works in the garden.
I'm not, eh? Look at these calluses on my hands.
Those are knuckles.
Well, if I turned them over, you'd see something. Oh, yes, Don, I'm a real gardener. In fact, quite a soil tiller. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Tilly.
That's Tiller, and you can laugh if you want to, but I've gone in for agriculture in a big way.
I'm not laughing, Jack. See, I plant a garden every year.
You do?
I'll say. Just give me a hoe and a package of seeds, and Mary Dora goes wild.
Well.
I've been working on my garden all week.
Oh.
Yesterday, I put in carrots, pansies, cherries, violets, and radishes. And I planted them in straw.
In straw? What are you trying to raise?
Spring hats.
Spring hair. That's silly. By the time they come up, the season will be over.
Then I can add a turkey and use them for Christmas baskets.
Well, that's very clever, very. Say, Mary, the way you grow things, you're a regular Luther Burbank.
I'll say. I even found out a way to grow mashed potatoes.
How?
Well, first I put vanishing cream on the skins.
Yes.
Then I plant them with a hammer.
Oh, go away, Gracie. Hello, Jack. What are you talking about? Hello, Phil. We were just discussing our different hobbies. Do you go in for gardening, Phil? Not me. You don't care for it, huh? No. Give me a hoe and a package of seeds, and I'll throw them in your face. I know. You'd rather have a pool cue and a package of cigarettes. Yeah. Say, Jack. Yeah? You're getting to be quite a celebrity in your hometown, aren't you? Why, what do you mean? Well, I saw a newsreel last night showing the big celebration your hometown put on for you. Oh, is it in the newsreel? Well, that's right, Phil, and I want to tell you it was the greatest thrill of my life. Waukegan really went to town. Yeah, quite a tribute, wasn't it? Yes, sir. What a day. I'll never forget it. But the thing that, Phil, really, the thing that touched me most was the tree they planted in my honor right on the public square. And they called it the Jack Benny Elm. Oh, just imagine, fellas, that little tree in the village green represents me. Isn't that a poetic thought? It certainly is. Can't you just picture it? Birds nesting on my limbs. No, really, lovers carving their initials in my trunk. Beautiful. And can't you just see me there in the park, swaying to and fro in the breeze? Drunk again. You know I don't drink. And then picture me there in the various seasons. Winter, and my limbs are covered with snow. Then spring comes, and I bud. Then summer comes, and the soft breezes caress me.
Then woodpeckers come and you're air conditioned.
There's no use trying to be high class here. Anyway, that tree represents me. Rover, get away. Anyway, I tell you, boys,
I tell you, when your hometown comes through like that.
Hello, fellas.
Oh, hello, Kenny.
What are you talking about?
Jack thinks he's a tree.
Oh, boy, let's climb him.
Hey, don't get smart, Kenny. What a gang on this program. Isn't there a single nature lover among you? I think that I shall never see a thing as lovely as a tree.
Did you ever see Marlon Dietrich in a bathing suit?
Oh, yes. What am I thinking of? Playfield. Oh, Woodman, spare that Dietrich. That was that Fool of Feeling from Top of the Town, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. And I want to tell you, Phil, it's really a pleasure to work with you after that other band leader in New York. You know, the one who thought he had me scared. What a rowdy.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. If you're referring to Abe Lyman, I want you to know that he's a friend of mine.
Oh, I didn't know he had one.
And furthermore, Abe is as sweet and gentle as a lamb.
Yeah, he's gentle, all right. He slapped me on the back one night and my pants went to half mast.
Well, Jack, you know... Oh, Abe is just a great big boy, but he's really a nice fella, isn't he, Mary?
Yeah, I was out with him 4 times, and he never hit me once.
Well, you probably ducked. Anyway, I'd punch him right in the nose if I wasn't afraid he'd sue me.
Or your estate.
Is that so?
The trouble with you, Jack, is, well, you can't get along with anybody. You're always running people down.
Oh, I don't know. You never heard me pan anyone but Lyman, did you?
What about Fred Allen?
Oh, you mean my pal, Freddie? Why, we're the best of friends. Our little feud was all in fun, and we were just tossing jokes back and forth.
Well, he tossed them further than you did.
Yeah, and he was funnier, too.
Everybody knows that.
Well, that's silly. I got just as many laughs as he did.
Yes, but don't you see, Jack, they were laughing with him and at you.
Oh, you're imagining things.
No, I'm not. Why, Allen made you the laughing stock of the country.
He did?
Certainly.
He said you were anemic, didn't he?
Oh, but that was just kidding. Oh, Freddie is the sweetest guy in the world.
Kidding. You are anemic, aren't you?
Well, well, there is a little drought in my blood vessels. But, gee, Freddie didn't mean anything. He's too regular.
Well, you think it was fair of him to point out your physical condition?
Well,
Was that nice?
Oh, he didn't mean anything.
Was that the sporting thing to do?
Well,
Was it?
Well, it certainly was not. Who does Allen think he is? Funny, I didn't see through that guy before.
Well, that's because he's tricky. He took advantage of you.
Phil, you're right.
There he goes again.
Thanks, Phil, for exposing that double-crosser. And to think I was up to Allen's house for dinner. Well, I might have been poisoned. How do I look, Mary?
Poisoned.
There you are. I was right. Don, get me a doctor, quick.
Now, Jack, pull yourself together. What's wrong?
I've been poisoned by Fred Allen.
Why, Jack, that's the silliest thing I ever heard of. Allen wouldn't harm a fly.
Oh, he wouldn't, eh? After what I just heard.
Calm down now. Allen is the best friend you ever had.
Yeah?
Certainly. You're just letting Phil Harris get you all riled up. You know Phil is a troublemaker.
Ain't he the rat?
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, Jack, you've got a mind like a seesaw on a merry-go-round.
Oh, yeah?
Mary is right. What do you listen to Harris for, anyway? He's only out to get your goat.
Well...
And another thing, Fred Allen loves you like a brother.
He does?
Of course he does.
Well, gee, I always thought Freddie and I were pals. I don't know why I let... Now, you listen to me, Phil Harris. If you think you can start a lot of trouble around here and sway me, you're badly mistaken.
Attaboy, Jack.
I'm onto your little game. Believe me, you didn't have me fooled for 1 second.
Well, I have the right to my opinion.
Opinion? You got an opinion like a seesaw on a merry-go-round.
Did that come around again?
And another thing, Harris, keep your nose out of my business if you know what's good for you.
That's what I say.
You shut up. I'll attend to Phil.
Oh, lay off, Jack. Phil Harris is the best friend you ever had.
He is? Gosh, now where am I? Oh, let's drop the whole thing and go on with this program before I make a chump out of myself.
You mean again?
I never saw such a... What are you going to sing now, Kenny?
Gee, I got so excited about you being poisoned, I forgot.
Well, I wasn't poisoned. Mary, while Kenny is singing, send a wire to Fred Allen and tell him I'm sorry, will you?
Shall I pay for it?
No, let him be a little sorry, too.
Okay.
Well, sing, Kenny. play troublemaker or pal or whatever you are. Why I ever accepted that watch Phil gave me for Christmas, I don't know. Very good. That was Turn Off the Moon, sung by Kenny Baker. And I want to tell you, Kenny, I feel much better now. That song really soothed my jangled nerves.
I'm glad you liked it, Jack. Give me a hoe and a package of seeds, and I can sing like a canary.
Well, I particularly like that number. Something new, isn't it?
Yes, for my picture of the same name.
Oh, that's right. The new one you made for Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
I was in it, too. Yes, I know. Yeah,
Well, why didn't you mention it?
Now, what am I, a press agent or a comedian?
You're a cluck.
Getting awfully funny since you started making pictures. I bet you got in on somebody else's screen test.
It wasn't yours.
Now, wait a minute. Do you want your watch back?
Yes.
Indian giver. Try and get it. Boy, I'd hate to have him. Yeah. Watch back. I'd hate to have him in a picture with me. I bet he drove everybody on the set crazy.
Especially the girls.
Oh, I don't know, Mary. I don't know. Phil's not so much. Take away that wavy hair and those blue eyes and pearly teeth and that physique of his, and what have you got?
You.
It's a fine answer. I'm sorry we were interrupted, Kenny. What are we talking about?
My picture.
Oh, yes. And say, you seem to be pretty busy these days. I understand you're singing here at the Paramount Theater this week.
Sure, and I tell jokes, too. Smart ones.
Oh. So you tell smart jokes, huh? I bet the audience doesn't get them.
Neither do I.
Well, I can't understand that. Didn't any one of the audience laugh?
Oh, only my girl, but what does she know?
Well, she has faith in you, anyway.
You know, Jack, I saw Kenny's act last night, and believe me, his singing goes over big.
Well.
He's a regular Jeanette McDonald.
Well, I'm proud of you, Kenny. I really am. You know, I used to love the stage myself. It's too bad vaudeville is dead.
You did your part.
Phil, if you're trying to get that watch back, it's no use. Anyway, Kenny, I'm glad you're doing so well at the Paramount, and I hope your picture will be just as successful. What's the name of it again?
Turn Off the Moon.
Turn Off the Moon. That's a nice title. You know, I'm starting my new picture in about 2 weeks. It's all about my career on the airwaves.
Oh, yeah? What's the name of it?
Turn off the radio.
Don't do it, folks. He's only kidding. Anyway, that's not the name of my picture. It's called the... Oh, pardon me. Hello? Yes? Long distance? It's for you, Mary. Plainfield calling.
Oh, my mother.
Yeah.
He must have straightened things out with the phone company. Hello? Oh, hello, Mama. What a surprise. You look great.
Mary, you're talking on the phone.
Well, Mama doesn't analyze things.
I know. I saw Papa. Might as well give myself a joke once in a while.
Yes? Yes? What's that, Mama? No, you're all mixed up. It's nothing like that.
What's wrong, Mary?
Mama's mad because you poisoned Fred Allen.
Tell her I didn't do it.
No, Mama. Does Jack look like a murderer? He does not. Oh, nobody looks good in the newsreel.
Thanks, Mary. Thanks.
Say, Mama, did you have a nice Easter? Oh, that's good. How's Papa? What? He did?
What happened, Mary? What happened?
Papa looked in the mirror yesterday and said bear traps all over the house.
That's fine. Why did he get a haircut?
Yes, Mama. I will. Yes,
Hello, Bert. Just thought I'd drop in and see how you are.
Oh, hello, Andy. Say, not so loud. Mary's talking on the phone. Huh?
Oh, pardon me.
What, Mama? No, Jack isn't playing his violin. It's Andy Devine. Oh, come here, Andy, and say hello to my mother, will you?
Sure. Hello, Mrs. Livingston. I said hello, Mrs. Livingston. Hello?
Oh, give me that phone. Mama, it's Andy. Hello? Hello, Mama. Hello? Oh, you scared her, Andy. She hung up.
Doggone it, I'm always scaring people.
No, you're all right, Andy. It was just a sudden shock, you know. What brings you here, anyway?
Well, Buck, I've been having trouble over at my place all week long.
You have?
Yeah, you remember that menu you gave me from the Waldorf Astoria?
Menu?
Yeah, the bill affair.
That's menu.
Well, whatever it was, I showed it to my chickens. You know the part where it says 2 eggs, 90 cents?
Oh, you showed it to your chickens, huh?
Yeah, now they want to live in the house.
Well, you're not gonna stand for that, are you, Andy?
No, sirree, I ain't gonna throw my pigs out for no hen.
Well, I don't blame you. No use discomforting yourself. Say, how's your garden coming along, Andy?
Oh, fine, but I'm having a little trouble with my hired man. He can't see very well.
Yeah, well, what happened?
Well, yesterday he cut down the picket fence. He thought it was corn.
Why, well, Andy, look. Why don't you get him a pair of glasses?
I can't, Buck. If he ever sees them pigs in his room, he'll quit.
Well, now, that's silly. I mean, doesn't... Look, Andy. So, doesn't he ever step on them?
Yeah, but he thinks they're calluses.
Well, I can't understand that. Don't the pigs groan and squeal?
Sure, but they sound just like me, and he don't pay any attention to them.
Well, then you're very lucky. You're very lucky. Say, come here a minute, Andy. I want to ask you something about my garden. Look, do you think that if I... wait a minute, Andy. Play, Phil. Andy, do you think that my artichokes would object if I put onions next to them? Huh? I don't know. What do you think about it? Yes, I'll have to do that, Andy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to make a serious announcement regarding one of our future programs. We have received hundreds and hundreds of requests to repeat some of the more popular plays which we presented during 1936. Now, as we do not know which one of these plays to select, we are going to ask you to make your own choice from a list I am about to give you. Now, take a pencil and a piece of paper, and here is the list. Are you ready? Now, here we go. Mutiny on the Jell-O.
Hold on there. Hold on a minute.
Oh, pardon me, folks. There's a lady in Racine, Wisconsin who's not quite ready. Are you all set now?
Okay. Let her rip.
Well, here we go. Here we go. Now, remember, Mutiny on the Jell-O. Code of the Hills. Way Down East. Our Wilderness. Charlie Chan in Radio City. Emperor Jones. And Why Girls Leave Home.
I know.
Quiet. Now be sure and write in your choice, addressing me care of NBC Studio, Hollywood, California. And the play receiving the largest number of votes will be presented on this program in about 4 weeks. Results to be announced later. Well, I guess that just about washes up the program for tonight. Hey, Kenny, what are you writing there?
A vote for Turn Off the Moon. I have a swell part in that.
Oh. Well, you can all go now, fellas.
Okay. Well, so long, Jack. See you next Sunday.
So long, Kenny.
Take it easy, Jack.
Hey, Jack,
Yes, Phil.
I wasn't in any of those plays you mentioned.
Well, we'll find a little part for you.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Don't worry. Wait for me, Mary. I'll take you home.
All right, Jack.
Well, so long, Buck.
Oh, are you still here, Andy?
Yeah, but I'm going too.
Say, wait a minute, Andy. Before you go, come here a minute. Look at this, will you?
What?
Well, here's a funny seed I found this morning. I can't make out what it is.
Let's see it. Looks like a watermelon seed.
Well, I don't know, Andy. It looks more like a sunflower seed. I can't figure it out.
Let me see that, Jack.
Here.
Oh, what's the matter with you guys? This is an elk's tooth.
It sure is.
Yep, it's an elk tooth, all right.
Throw it away, Jack. No use raising elk.
No, that's right. That's right. Come on, let's go. Let's go. And we'll be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. Good night, folks.
The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you that Hollywood fashion plate whose pockets bulge from his tailor's bills, Jack Benny.
Jell-O again. This is Jack Benny, your Beau Brummel speaking. Now listen, Don, this new spring suit of mine is paid for. And you'll have to admit that I do look pretty nifty, don't I?
At the risk of losing my job, no.
Now, wait a minute. It's a pretty swell suit. I've been looking in the mirror all afternoon, and we ought to know. Say, Don, that's a snappy spring outfit you're wearing. Tailor-made, isn't it?
Yes. Do you like it?
Oh, yeah. It looks like it was made for the Ritz brothers.
Well, one thing, Jack, it's individual. There's not another one in the whole country like it.
Well, naturally, there's no cloth left. Say, Don,
Yeah.
Come here a minute, will you?
All right.
Get a load of that. Oh, come here. Okay.
All right, Jack, I'm right here, yeah.
Get a load of that sport coat Phil Harris is wearing. You know?
It is loud, isn't it?
Loud? It's the first time I ever saw a sunset with a belt in the back. Say, Phil.
Yes, Jack.
Look, Phil, I don't like to be bossy, but I wish you'd dress more conservatively, especially for this program. After all, you're not a toreador.
What about that coat you've got on?
Well, what's the matter with it?
Well, it looks like your tailor took a crazy quilt and put buttons on it.
Oh, yeah? Well, I like this coat, and I bought it.
Well, if you ever get tired of it, you can grind it up into chili.
Oh, still trying to get your watch back, eh? Well, it won't work, old fellow. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. Gee, look at you, all dressed up. Wow.
Yeah, how do I look?
You look like you were thrown out of the Easter parade.
Is that so?
That's an old suit, isn't it?
It is not, and anyway, it's how you wear it. You don't see any holes in this suit, do you?
A moth with any pride wouldn't go near it.
Atta girl, Mary.
Atta girl, Mary. Now, listen, fellas, you can kid all you want to, but if you want to know the truth, I'm considered the best-dressed man in Hollywood.
Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, who was that?
Adolph Monju.
What's he laughing about? I bought this suit from his gardener. You know what kills me? When a fellow tries to... Come in.
Special delivery for Mary Livingston.
I'm Mary Livingston.
I know, just sign here.
A little fresh there, buddy.
There you are.
Thanks, miss. Get a load of that suit.
Wise guy. Who's the letter from, Mary?
From my mother. I'll read it.
Oh, your mother again. Why doesn't she get her own program?
She says
Well, just forget about it. We haven't got time.
Hey,
Your
Jack,
letter.
here comes Kenny all dressed up. Boy, I'll bet he knows it's spring, too.
I'll give you 2 to 1 he don't.
Well, look at him, all dolled up in sport clothes. Hello, Kenny.
Ain't I something?
Yes, but I can't put my finger on it. Where'd you get that outfit, Kenny?
Oh, from a little tailor around my neighborhood. Pretty coat, isn't it?
Oh, it looks more like a vest to me.
Gosh, did those sleeves fall off again?
Turn around there. Let me look at you, Kenny. Nice material. But look, isn't that coat awfully long?
Well, the pants aren't finished yet.
Oh.
Don't let him kid you, Kenny. You look all right. Those are new shoes you got on, too, aren't they?
Yeah, but they hurt like the dickens.
Well, they'll stretch.
Say, do you think they'd feel better if I took the shoe trees out?
Yeah, why don't you do that, Kenny? It will.
Say, Jack,
What?
you ought to hear this letter from my mother. Gee, she's cute.
Well, as long as she's cute, go ahead and read it.
Okay. Newark, New Jersey, April 8th.
Newark? I thought your folks lived in Plainfield.
There was a cyclone.
Oh.
Dear daughter Mary, I was happy to get your letter and glad to know that you are well. I was so excited when I talked to you on the phone last Sunday that I forgot to turn off the gas range. How do you get oatmeal off a ceiling?
Tell her to stand on her head when she mops the floor.
We had a lovely Easter, except for one thing. Your brother Hillard mixed the egg dyes in your father's derby. And when your father put his hat on, was his face red? Also blue, green, and yellow.
Nice family you've got there.
But everything turned out all right as he went to a masquerade that night dressed as a rainbow.
Well, that was quick thinking. Yowza.
We had a lot of fun on April Fool's Day, too. Everybody was here for dinner, and we sewed your Uncle Herman's knife and fork to the tablecloth.
Well, must have been funny.
It would have been some joke if Uncle Herman didn't eat with his hands.
That's fine. Doesn't he ever use his knife and fork?
Only to comb his hair.
Oh.
The dinner was strictly formal. Everybody kept their shoes on.
I hate those ritzy affairs.
Right in the middle of the meal, a funny thing happened. The cat jumped on the table and knocked over Papa's bottle of gin. Papa got so mad he gave the cat a milky fin.
Milky fin? Isn't that awful?
Did I tell you that your grandpa came to visit us last week, and he acts the same as ever?
Oh.
Last night we caught him starching his beard so he could use it for a shoehorn.
Mary, find out if he sleeps with a shoehorn over the quilt or under the quilt.
No other news except that your cousin Rita and her husband aren't getting along. They're always fighting.
That's too bad.
This morning they borrowed our axe to make twin beds. No more news or ink. So we'll close with love to you, Jack, John, Kenny, Phil, yours truly, Mrs. Livingston.
Well, I'm glad that's over.
Oh, here's some more, Jack. P.S. There was another cyclone and we're back home.
Well, there's only one thing that can top that. Sing, Kenny. That was Moonlight and Shadows from the Jungle Princess, sung by Kenny Baker in his own inimitable way. And very good, Kenny.
Oh, you always say I sing good.
Well, you do, don't you?
Yeah, but you don't have to rub it in.
Isn't Kenny fast on the repartee tonight, Mary? Huh?
He's got a mind like a snail with a rheumatism.
Yeah.
I see, Mary, you're keen.
Keep that up, Kenny, and someday you'll be starching your beard. You know? I ruined that gag myself there. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we haven't done a play in some time, for our feature attraction tonight, we are going to present our original hair-raising melodrama, that panorama of surging emotions, that symphony of the great outdoors, entitled... See who that is, Mary.
Why, it's Gracie Allen.
Hello, Gracie.
Well, Jack, Benny, of all people, what are you doing here?
Stuff up the microphones, fellas. Well, Gracie, this is a surprise.
Well, not to me. Georgie Porgy sent me over here to give you an important message. He knows he can trust me on account of I'm unreliable.
Well, why didn't he come himself?
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Well, he had to stay there so you'd know where the message came from.
Oh.
You see, if he came over here, he wouldn't have had to send me with a message.
Oh.
But the message is to you, and you're here. So,
yeah.
it would be very silly for me to go somewhere else with a message for you. Or would it?
Well, I think that...
Oh, hello, Mary. Did you have a good time in New York? Gee, what a cute hat. Do you like it? Oh, it's beautiful and so original. Just like mine. I must have made it yourself. They are alike, only mine's got something under it. Well, mine is just plain. I like simple things. Have you seen George?
No, Gracie. What's the message he sent to me?
The message?
Yeah.
The
Jack,
message.
do you think that about him...
Oh, well, here's Georgie Porgy now. Give me a kiss.
Hey, wait a minute.
Gracie, that's Don Wilson.
Oh, it is not.
Don Wilson is our announcer, and anyway, he's twice as big as George.
Well, who cares? I'm not going to lift him. Oh, and Jack, who's this cute little boy?
That's Kenny Baker, our tenor. Say hello, Kenny.
Hello.
Gee, you're cute. I'll bet you're smart, too.
Am I? I got a mind like a snail with a rheumatism.
Oh, snails with rheumatism. Oh, that must be delicious.
See what you started, Mary? How can a snail get rheumatism?
Sleeping in a shell with the window open. I don't get it.
That we know. Now, look, Gracie, we have a program to do. Have you thought of the message yet?
What message?
The message that George sent.
Oh, you can give it to me later.
Now, look, you told me that...
I give up.
Look, Gracie, it doesn't have anything to do with your starting a new program on the air tomorrow night, does it?
No, this is something important.
Well, isn't that important? You and George are going on the air for Grape Nuts.
We get money.
Quiet, Mary. They'll want it, too. Now, look, Gracie, if you'll just sit down now and be quiet, we'll go on with the play I was about to announce.
Well, don't mind me. Oh, Harris's laugh. Oh, Philby. Philby.
Phil, come down off the piano.
Oh, no, not me.
Come on, Philby. Let's go over in the tuba where we can be alone.
Yeah, do that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as our feature attraction this evening, we are going to present an old favorite.
Why?
Because one that I know... That's right. One that I know you'll all be waiting to hear. Another thrilling episode of that rip-snorting drama of the West, Buck Benny Rides Again.
Oh,
Gracie.
don't mind me. I won't be any trouble.
No, I know that. Now, in our play this evening, Mary Livingston will again be Daisy Carson, my sweetheart. Don and Kenny will be my deputy sheriff, and if Phil Harris will come down off the piano, he can be Pappy.
Well, what'll I be, Jack?
You can be quiet.
Is it much of a part?
I hope so. Now, immediately after the next number, folks, we will take you to the little cow town of Rump State, Texas. Where we find... Come in.
Hello, Jack. Is Gracie here?
Yes, George, Gracie is here, and I wish you'd keep her in your own yard.
Well, I sent her over here to give you some tickets for our broadcast tomorrow night. Where is she?
Well, here I am, Georgie Porgy. Put me down, Phil.
Look, Gracie, what did you do with those tickets I gave you to give Jay?
Well, I put them in your pocket.
Well, then it's lucky I came.
Oh, so that's the message you had for me, Gracie.
Well, yeah. Why didn't you think of it before?
I don't know. I must be slipping.
Well, it's time you woke up.
Mary, what are you laughing at?
I don't know. Hello, George.
Well, I see things are just as crazy on this program.
Well, thanks, George. Thanks for those tickets. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to present our latest episode of Buck Benny Rides Again, or Ready, Willing, and Lame. The scene is the office of the sheriff of Cactus County.
Gracie, put that drum back in the orchestra.
Oh, is the drummer too?
Yes. Starting out. The scene is the office of the sheriff of Cactus County, where we find Buck Benny busy opening his morning mail. Curtain. Music. Doggone these wooden envelopes. Hey, deputies.
Yes, Sheriff.
Come here and help me open this letter.
Why, Buck, you're prying off the top of your desk.
Darn if I ain't. I'm getting into more trouble since I lost my glasses. This morning I put the bridle on the wrong end of my horse.
Say, Sheriff,
Yeah?
you got your pants on backwards, too.
Thanks. I've been looking for my hip pockets all morning. Say, Wilson, any news on Cactus Face?
Nope, ain't seen hide nor hair of him.
Well, it's been going on long enough. We got to get that critter. Dead or alive.
Oh, isn't he wonderful, George?
Quiet, Gracie.
You know, boys, Cactus Face has stolen every cow in these here parts. Fine state of affairs. Not a cow left in the county.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I'll be a cow for you. Moo!
Quiet.
Come on, Moon.
Come on. Gracie, we're in the sheriff's office. We're in jail.
Oh, yeah? Then where's my daddy?
Now, Gracie, please.
Well, my daddy's in jail more than your daddy, isn't he?
Gracie, go ahead, Jay.
Now, listen, deputies. Getting Cactus Face alive may be dangerous, so be on your guard and stick close together. Meanwhile, I'm going out and investigate. Good luck, Sheriff.
Good luck, Sheriff.
Good luck, Sheriff.
Thanks, men.
Wish I had my glasses, though. I'm blind as a bat. Well, boys, if you need me, I'll be over at Daisy Carson's. So long. Doggone it, I thought there was a door there.
There is now.
Well, a little ventilation won't hurt none. So long, boys. So long.
Oh, wait, I'm going with you.
Oh, no, you're not. Lock her up, men.
Okay.
Steady there, partner. Daisy Carson's house and step on it. Here! Here! Buck Benny rides again! Whoa, partner, whoa! Two men on a horse. I wonder if this is still Daisy's house. Haven't been in here in over 6 weeks.
Come in. Come in. Gracie, that's my line. And why did I say it? That's fine. You steal my part and then you want a reason. Well, that's because I haven't got a reason. You're telling me. Let's split it, Gracie. I'll say come and you say in. All right?
I wish somebody would say it. It's raining out here.
Come in.
Hello, Daisy.
Hello, tall, dark, and nearsighted.
Well, gal, ain't seen you for some time. You sure look pretty. Lost a little weight, ain't you?
That's the whole tree. I'm over here.
Well, Daisy, it's spring. And you know that old saying, in the spring, a young man's fancy likely turns to the thoughts of love. So I'm going to ask you once more to marry me. Will you, gal?
What did I say last time, Buck?
You said no.
Well, add positively.
Yeah, when you say that, you're a tearing at my heartstrings. I know I ain't much. And I ain't good as fancy words. Like them now city fellas. Underneath this old red shirt beats a heart of gold.
Oh, what acting. Isn't he wonderful, Mary? No. Ain't that true?
Thought we locked her up in a cell.
Oh, George, he's thinking of my brother.
Oh.
My brother's name is Sal. Of course, we only call him Sal for short. His whole name is Imbecile.
Oh, Imbecile, yeah. Is that the one who's living?
No, he's the one who sings tenor.
Oh, the tall one, yeah. The one who looks like a steamed clam.
Yeah, the pretty one.
Yeah, the one with the face.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, wait a minute. Save that for tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah? Whose program is this? Is it your program or my program?
It's my
Well,
program.
then don't act like it's your program.
Gracie, please, go ahead, Jay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, deputies. Well, Daisy. What's your pappy doing these days? I hear he's cut down on his drinking.
Yep, he's only using one arm now.
Oh. How'd that brandy he was making turn out?
Something went wrong with it and it hardened in the bottles.
Too bad. A total loss, eh?
Nope, Pappy just breaks the glass and eats it watermelon style.
Mighty practical idea. Say, Daisy.
Daisy? Oh, what's your name, Mary or Daisy?
Gracie.
Oh, that's silly. Gracie's my name.
I was saying that...
I like Mary better than Daisy, don't you, Gracie? Well, some daisies I like Mary, and some daisies I don't.
Oh, George!
Gracie.
Using Watson, Renard.
Quiet.
Daisy, where's your pappy?
He was papering the room here this morning, and that's the last I saw of him.
Gosh, that is new wallpaper, isn't it? But wait a minute, what's that big lump on the north wall?
Here comes Pappy now.
Hello, Buck.
Hello, Frank.
Mind moving, little Buck? I got to put some paper right there where you're standing.
Pappy, you're not going to paper the floor, are you?
Shucks, honey, I thought it was the ceiling.
That's still how... George, that's still how gosh, isn't he cute?
No, I am too. Them darn Easterners are ruining our play.
What was you saying, Buck?
I wasn't saying you did a mighty good job papering. Looks fine.
Doggone it, Daisy, I got bad news for you. I got to tear down all this paper I put up.
But, Pappy, it looks swell.
Can't help it, honey. I lost my job.
I'll help you find it, Frank.
Okay, look for a lump with a kick in her, Buck.
I always look for a lump after a kick.
There's the phone, Daisy.
Rip off the paper and answer it.
Okay. Hello? Hello? Funny, can't hear a thing.
Thanks, Buck. You found my job.
Here's the phone. Hello. Just a moment. For you, Buck.
Thanks. Hello? Hello, Deputy. What's that? You did? I'll be right with you. So long.
What's up, Buck?
My boy just located a hideout of Cactus Face Elmer. They're waiting for me down by the creek, and I'm heading that way. So long, gal.
So long, Buck.
Come on, partner. Yeah.
Giddy up, partner. Giddy up.
Gracie.
Giddy up, partner.
Giddy up, partner.
Gracie. Come on, partner. Look, Gracie rides again. Yippee!
It's my own fault for starting this. Play, We'll be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. And I want to thank George Burns and Gracie Allen for dropping in on us this evening.
Oh, Jack.
What? What's funny about that?
We laughed when Gracie did it.
Good night, folks. Good night.
The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen... Phil, has our guest star arrived yet?
Yes, Don, he just got here.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, guest appearances of famous film celebrities on radio programs are all the vogue. So contrary to our usual procedure, Jell-O brings you this evening a personality whose meteoric rise to film stardom has been nothing short of phenomenal. It is my pleasure to present that famous Paramount star and romantic screen lover, Mr. Jack Benny.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Benny, on behalf of Jell-O and the members of our cast, we welcome you here tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. I cannot tell you how thrilled I am to...
Oh, will you stand just a little closer to the microphone, please?
Oh, yes, I'm really not used to microphones. Or mics, as you radio people call them.
Now, Mr. Benny, I'm sure that our listeners would like to know something of the more personal things about you and your sparkling career.
Well, I'll be only too glad to oblige. Because I want my public to know the real me, R-E-A-L, as well as the real me, R-E-E-L.
Now, Mr. Benny, of the many, many pictures you have made, which one do you personally think you excelled in?
All of them.
Hello, Don.
Oh, hello, Mary. Oh, Mary, we have a guest here with us tonight. Jack Benny, the famous film star.
Jack Benny? Oh, boy. Gee, what a surprise. I can't get over how much he looks like Gary Cooper's chauffeur.
Silly girl.
Would you mind giving me your autograph, Mr. Benny?
Yes, later.
Oh, well, don't bother learning to write just for that.
Well,
Mary, please. Now, Mr. Benny, here's a rather intimate question, and you can answer it or not just as you please.
Go right ahead, Mr. Wilson.
Is Jack Benny your right name?
Yes, condemned.
I see. And what was it before you condensed it?
You mean my family name?
Yes.
If they ever put that in life, Neon would declare an extra dividend.
Now, Mr. Wilson, I didn't come here to be ridiculed.
You know, Mr. Benny, I saw your last picture, College Holiday, and I thought you were marvelous when you made love to Martha Ray.
Well, thank you. Did you like that scene?
I'll say. Is Martha Ray's mouth as big as it looks on the screen?
Big. That's where they made Lost Horizon.
Oh, you're spoofing, Mr. Benny.
Well, I think a little humor adds spice to an interview.
Now, getting back to our little tete-a-tete, what is your next starring vehicle?
Well, of course, Mr. Wilson, this is entre nous, meaning between us. But they are seriously discussing me for the lead in Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind?
Yes, but I can't quite see myself as Rhett Butler. Can you?
No!
That's what I thought.
Now, Mr. Benny, there's one more question that ladies in particular would be very much interested in. Do you mind telling us your age?
What is that?
Do you mind telling us your age?
I'm just 31.
He minds.
Mary, please.
Somebody has a cue.
Yeah, that's your cue right there, Jack. And the line starts out, "It's all right, Mr. Wilson."
No, that's hello, fellas. Huh? Oh, is that on? Oh, we of the cinema can take it. Mine is scratched out. Mine is scratched out.
Not you.
Scratched out, John. I'm sorry. Well, of course, I'll tell you, I'm a movie celebrity, and really, I'm not used to this sort of work at all.
Excusable.
Hello, Don. Hiya, fellows.
Oh, hello, Kitty. I want you to meet our guest star of the evening, Jack Benny.
Oh, boy, a real movie star. Wow.
Are you thrilled, young man?
Yeah, would you like my autograph?
I didn't get your name. Who are you?
Ken Baker, condensed.
Oh, what do you do on the radio, Mr. Baker?
Well,
You sing, dope.
Yeah, thanks, Mary. She always helps me out.
Well, that's nice.
Pardon me, Mr. Benny, I'm Phil Harris.
Oh, yes.
I just wanted to tell you that when you were in New York recently, I made a picture at Paramount, and they let me use your dressing room.
Yes, I did grant that permission.
You know, I never realized what a beautiful head of hair you had until I saw it on the shelf.
That was my chest piece. I was making a test for Tarzan. Well, Mr. Wilson, I must be off. I have an appointment with my director. And thank you, my fans, for your patient indulgence. Au revoir.
Say, John, wasn't Jack silly to do a thing like that?
Yeah.
Hey, was that our Jack?
Oh, play, Phil.
That was Southern Hospitality from Turn Off the Moon, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. Wasn't I crazy, folks, pretending to be a guest star on my own program?
You didn't fool me.
I know, Getty. But the reason I did that was because I was guest of honor at Phil Harris's opening Tuesday night at the Coconut Grove, and I didn't get a chance to say anything. In fact, I wasn't even introduced.
I'm sorry, Jack.
And another thing, Phil, you should have seen the table you reserved for me.
What was wrong with it?
Well, there was nothing wrong with the table, but the location. I finally had an argument with the head waiter about my check.
You did?
Yeah, he wanted me to pay a California sales tax, and I was sitting in Arizona.
You know, Jack, I was wondering why I didn't see you at the Coconut Grove. I was there.
Me too.
Oh, where were you sitting, Mary?
Oh, I had a peach of the table, right up next to the orchestra.
Me too.
Did you have a good time, Mary?
Yes, except the bass player kept knocking my compact out of my hand.
Me too.
Kenny, you don't carry a compact.
Just for that joke I do.
Well, it was a nice affair, though, wasn't it, Mary?
Gosh, I had a lot of fun. But, gee, was that dance floor crowded?
Oh, was Don there, too?
I'll say he was. We danced the rumba together.
Me too.
Me too. Who did you dance with, Kenny, Mary or Don?
I don't know. Crowds get me excited.
Well, Don, that is a surprise. I didn't know you could dance.
Boy, I do some mean trucking.
Oh.
He danced with me 5 times.
Oh, I don't believe it.
I'll show you my flat slipper.
Well, I wish I'd have had that good a time. Anyway, Phil, I still want to congratulate you. It was a very swanky affair and a great tribute to you.
Thanks, Jack. How did my orchestra sound?
Well, Phil, I got to give you credit. For a fellow who knows absolutely nothing about music, you certainly get away with murder.
Yes, don't we?
No use, Phil. I'm going to keep that watch. Come in.
Hello, Bud. Just thought I'd drop in on you.
Well, if it isn't Lawrence Tibbet. Say, Andy, I'm glad to see you, but you're dressed up quite formal for a Sunday afternoon, aren't you?
Can't help it, Buck. I put this dress shirt on for Phil's opening Tuesday night, and I can't get it off.
Oh, that's too bad.
Doggone, my mother was right. She said a collar button was better than cement. And I'll never wear a dress shirt again.
Well, I don't blame you.
Next time I have to go out fancy, I'm going to whitewash my chest.
Say, that's a great idea. So you were at the Coconut Grove, huh, Andy?
Yep, and I had 2 dances with Mary. Didn't I, Mary?
Yep.
Well, the place was kind of crowded, wasn't it?
Crowded. I fell down 4 times and never hit the floor. It's a good thing I had my spurs on.
Your spurs, huh? Mary, what are you laughing at?
Now I know what bit me.
Well, Andy, come here. While Kenny is singing, I'll try to get your dress shirt off. You won't catch cold, will you?
No, I got a Mackinac on under it.
Oh, well, come here. Sing, Kelly. Stopping the show again. That was Will You Remember, sung by Kenny Baker. And tonight, Kenny, just for a change, I'm not going to tell you how good it was. Oh, you can't be spoiled, Kenny.
I can't, eh?
Nah.
This morning I was singing in my backyard and 2 robins applauded.
Well, the birds I get aren't so encouraging. No, sir.
Especially that one in Cleveland.
Quiet. And now, ladies and gentlemen, see if I've got the right script here. Oh, yeah. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction this evening, we are going to present something new and entirely different. This accident, or play, is a very subtle and sophisticated English drawing room drama entitled Lady Millicent's Husband, or Mutton Mutton Who's Got the Chop. Now, I will play the part of Lord Stanley Puffypan, a retired loafer. Mary Livingston will be Lady Millicent, my current wife, who has just made me the latest link in her long chain of husbands. The rest of the cast, including the orchestra and whoever else shows up, will be Lady Millicent's ex-husband. So immediately after the next number, we will take you to the ancestral mansion of the Puffypans, located at Ketchup-on-the-Vest, near London. As the curtain rises, we find Lord Puffypan in the drawing room, boring himself for a change. Everybody all set?
Kitty-O, rather, and pip-pip.
Pip-pip! Hooray! All right, let's go. Remember your accent, fellows. Curtain, music.
Lord Puffypan's castle, are you there? Just a moment, please, I'll inquire.
Who is it, Heaves?
Long distance from Australia, sir. Your Uncle Egbert calling.
Uncle Egbert?
Yes, he wishes to know how you are.
Tell him quite well.
Very good, sir. Hello? He's feeling quite well. Goodbye.
Well, it was jolly nice talking to Uncle Egbert again. You know, I haven't heard from him in 14 years.
Really, sir?
Yeah, next time he calls, I must ask him how he feels. Oh, Heaves, have you seen her ladyship about?
She's in the billiard room, sir, waiting for her cue.
Oh, well, put some chalk on her and shoot her in.
Good afternoon, Stanley.
Oh, there you are, Millicent. Did you sleep well?
No, Grandpapa was walking about the halls all night long.
Grandpapa? Well, why didn't you lock him up?
It wouldn't do any good. He's a ghost, you know.
Oh, yes. I thought he looked a bit pale.
What are you reading there, Stanley?
The latest cricket scores, my dear. Most exciting.
Any upsets?
Oh, rather. London Braves 7, Liverpool Giants 0. Well, here's something of interest. Your cousin Ronald passed away.
Ronnie? Why, I was talking to him only yesterday afternoon.
Must have been a rather dull chat. He died yesterday morning.
Let me see that article. Well, The least they could have done was to keep it off of the amusement page.
Right-ho. He never amused me. I wonder how they could tell he was dead.
Oh, they have a way, I suppose.
I say, Millie, look at this. You're rich. Your cousin Ronnie has named you his sole heir.
Did he have any money?
Oh, scabs of it.
Isn't that wonderful? Let's send flowers. Pretty ones.
Announcing Sir Philip Harris Algernon Chatsworth, Knight of the Batar.
Philip? Well, who can that be?
You were married to him, remember?
Oh, yes. Hello, Philip, my first love.
Millicent, so glad to see you, my dear.
Philip, old thing, how are you?
Hop hole and ripping.
Sounds like a parlay.
I say, Millie, old girl, how about a kiss for old time's sake?
Righto.
Do you mind, Stanley?
No, go right ahead. But you won't enjoy it. How was it?
You were right. You know, Millicent, I've been reading about your good fortune in the papers. Will you marry me again?
What about Stanley, my husband?
Quite.
Oh, he wouldn't mind moving out? What do you say, Stanley?
No, it would mean packing and all that.
Stanley, don't be a bore.
Come, Millie, what do you say?
I'll think it over, Philip. Have some tea.
Oh, thank you.
Careful, Millie. Heaves my rubbers.
Announcing Lord Cedric Warwick Patrick Flick, Knight of the something or other.
That name sounds familiar.
He was your second husband, my lord.
This way, sir.
Thank you, Heath. What ho, Millicent?
Cedric, so glad to see you.
Hello there, Cedric.
Toodaloo, Fluffy Poof. Millicent, I'm here for only one thing. Will you marry me again?
Marry you?
Yes, I read in the papers your cousin died and I love you.
But, Cedric, I already have a husband.
Rather.
You call this a husband?
Oh, Millie, you can't jilt me for this fellow. He's so uncouth.
Uncouth, you calls me. I want you to know my ancestors came over from America on the Mayflower. Return trip, of course.
Well, why didn't they stay there?
Who can do business with India?
What are you doing these days, Cedric?
Same as always. I'm associating with a sportsman. I'm riding on the hounds every morning at the crack of dusk. Tally ho!
That's tally ho.
Can I help it if you talk with a dialect?
So you're a sportsman, eh?
Right, sir. I'm playing badminton, squash, cricket, and naturally, if I catch a sucker, a little pinochle. Are you in the mood?
No, and furthermore, you are nothing but a fortune hunter.
I resemble that remark. And another thing, are you by any chance incinerating?
Then you really don't want to marry me just for my money, Cedric?
Naturally not. If I'm proposing to you just for your money, I hope I drop dead this minute. Oi, hold it!
What's the matter?
I forgot to cross my finger.
Oh, this is all so terribly confusing. I wish Cousin Ronnie hadn't left me all that money.
Announcing Sir Andrew Oliver Archibald Clambake.
Oh, Andrew. He was my sixth husband.
Correction, 7th.
Oh, you're always counting that midget.
My error.
Welcome, Andrew.
Hello, Millicent, my love. Cheerio, and are you there? I say what? Pip, pip.
Andrew, I haven't seen you in years.
Hello, Andrew.
Hiya, Buck.
Shut up.
I say, where have you been all these years?
In the cinema. Hollywood, you know.
And how do you like the cinema, Andrew?
Well, at first my English accent got me in Dutch. They laughed at me.
Those beastly Americans. What sort of roles did you undertake?
Cowboy parts, mostly. You see, you should see me rope a steer.
A steer? What's that?
Well, look at me and add 3 pounds.
A very vivid description, old fellow.
Well, Millicent, what I really came here for was to ask you to marry me. How about it, Millie?
Just a moment, old fellow. I ask her first.
Wait a minute. I'm in this sweepstakes, too.
Come on, fellows, let's be dignified about this. After all, I'm her husband, and we all want her money. So let's draw straws for her and it.
Right. Me too.
Thieves, you're not in this. Fetch me the broom. I want some straws. Now, we all agreed to this method.
Yes, right.
See who that is, Eads.
Yes, my lord. My word!
Heaves, what's wrong?
Bless my soul! It's your cousin Ronnie.
Ronnie?
Ronnie?
Hello, fellows. What's the excitement?
Ronnie, old man, you're alive.
Am I?
Of course you are, confounded. We read in today's papers that you were dead.
I read that, too, and it darn near killed me.
Well, Millicent, after all, you didn't get Ronnie's money, but you still have me.
Yes, drat it.
Hey, what about us?
Them both people work together, I won't
Quiet! It's enough. Quiet!
Oh, heave! Yes, my lord.
Take the broom and sweep these tramps out. Playboy. We're a little late, so cheerio, folks.
The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra.
Hey, Mary, come here. Don't you love the way Phil wiggles around when he leads the orchestra? Look at him.
Yeah, if he could only see himself. He sure is cute, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he doesn't have to show off so much. After all, it isn't television.
Jack, quiet. Your microphone's open.
What?
Everybody can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Say, Don, I feel terrible about butting in like that. I hope I didn't spoil Phil's number there.
Oh, that's all right, Jack. Nothing serious.
Yeah, I hope so.
That was Hallelujah, Things Look Rosy Now, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you our...
Hey, Jack, from now on, when I'm playing my opening number, I'd appreciate a little professional courtesy on your part. Well, I'm sorry, Phil. I was thinking about something else, and I forgot that we were on the air. That's fine. If you don't listen to my music, how do you expect anyone else to?
Please, fellas, please. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you our genial master of ceremonies, a man...
How would you like it if I started playing my band right in the middle of one of your jokes? Well, Phil, look, I said I was sorry. What more can I do? Gee, you'd think I committed a crime. Go ahead, Don.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you our genial master of ceremonies, a man
who ought to keep his mouth shut. Now, wait a minute, Phil. Let's drop it. I said I was sorry. I apologize. Isn't that enough? No, I want to punch you in the nose.
Oh, Jack, why don't you admit you were wrong and get it over with?
Admit it? Well, what do you think I've been doing? All right, Phil, I'm sorry. There. Oh, trying to get smart about it, huh? Well, gee, even if I did happen to say a few words during your number, what harm could it do? Did you ever butt in while Abe Lyman was playing a number? No.
Jack's had that scar for years.
Oh.
Say, what's going on here anyway?
Nothing, Don. I don't want to discuss it anymore. Let's talk about something important. No, I suppose it's not important when you scream your head off during my entire number. Phil, look, I've expressed my regrets. Now, let me tell some jokes, will you? Well, don't expect my orchestra to laugh. No.
Don't worry, Jack. They laugh off key, too.
You said it. That a girl, Mary. Now, let's go on with the program. All this nonsense here. Say, Don, have you been playing much golf lately? I haven't seen you at the club all week.
No, Jack, I've been pretty busy the past few days.
Well, we'll have to get together. How's your game these days, Don?
I'm still in the low 90s.
That's pretty good. I wish I could say the same.
I demand an apology.
Oh, what's the use? This is too much for me.
Oh, Jack, don't be so stubborn.
Stubborn? Listen, Mary, I did apologize.
Then why didn't you get a receipt?
Now, look, fellas, let's get this straight. I know I was wrong when I interrupted Phil's number, but I admitted it, didn't I? See, besides, I'm not infallible. See, I'm entitled to one mistake.
You already made that picture.
We're not discussing my picture. In the first place, Phil, I wasn't the only one talking. Mary chimed in, too.
That's right, Tattletale. Drag me into this.
Still, you pick on me.
Hello, fellows.
Oh, hello, Kenny.
Well, is everybody happy?
No.
Well, what's the matter?
Oh, Jack's mad because he lost Phil's temper.
Oh, that's silly.
What happened, Phil?
Well, right in the middle of my first number, Kenny, Jack started yelling and screaming and making a lot of noise. You'd think the building was coming down.
Oh, gee whiz.
Oh, it was nothing of the kind. Phil just made a mountain out of a molehill.
He did? Where is it?
Look, Kenny, a mountain out of a molehill is just a proverb.
Gee, I always say a stitch in time saves 9.
Oh.
And I always say a rolling stone ought to bounce off Kenny's head.
And I always say there's no place like home, and I wish I was there. Anyway, keep out of this mess, Kenny, will you? Phil and I can handle this. Can't we, Phil?
I can handle this and you.
I'm going out and get some air. Do you mind if I hold my breath during your next number?
No, wait till I play a long one.
Oh.
Come on, play, boys.
I suppose if I cough, I'll have to leave town.
Who is it?
Can I come in now?
Yes, baby.
That was Let's Get Together, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. Oh, Phil, there was a fly walking around during your number. Did it bother you?
Well, no, as long as he wasn't wearing shoes.
You know, Phil, the only reason you start these things is because you think I'll get mad and give you back your watch.
Why don't you?
Well, I'd rather lose a cheap friend than a good watch. Hey! That was pretty clever, huh, Mary? I guess she isn't here.
I am, too.
And now, ladies and gentlemen... Go away, Mary. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction this evening, we are going to present a tender and romantic playlet entitled In the Spring, Tra-La. Now, in this sketch... Mary, what are you laughing at?
Whoever heard of a fly wearing shoes?
Yeah.
I heard of a shoe fly.
Quiet. And now, as I was saying, in this sketch, I will play the part of a fly. I mean, a lover. A lover who flies home. I got that in right, huh? And finds that his sweetheart has flown. What is this? As the curtain rises, we find that... Come in?
Oh, excuse me, is Mary Livingston here?
Yes, but she's very busy right now.
Why, Thelma Snodgrass of all people. Oh, hello, Mary. Gee, I'm glad to see you, Thelma. When'd you get in town? Yesterday. Gee whiz, you haven't changed a bit. How's everybody back in Plainfield? Oh, just fine. And do you want to hear something, Mary?
Hey, listen, girls, wait a minute. This is an old home week, you know.
Oh, Thelma, I want you to meet Jack Benny. Hello. And you know what happened to me, Mary? Oh, you'll just die. What? Well, I went and got married. Isn't that silly? Married? Yeah, and I'm out here on my honeymoon. Well, Thelma, I can't get over it. How did it happen? Well, I was running around with a lot of fellas, and one of them stopped, so I hooked him. Nice going.
Bad stopping.
Oh, you'll like him, Mary. He looks a little like Clark Gable, but not enough. Right, unless he slipped out of his car. There you are. Honey, I want you to meet Jack Benny. Oh, this is my husband, Albert.
Oh, hello, Albert.
My name is Sam.
Oh, Sam.
Ah, that's right. Albert got away.
Well, Sam, it's a pleasure to meet you. How are you?
Oh, he's fine, thank you.
And, Sam, I hope your married life will be most successful and that you'll be very, very happy.
Thanks.
Well, he'll be happy if I have to break his neck.
Well, young man, you've got a nice future if you can take it.
Oh, isn't he handsome, Mary? Oh, he sure is.
Oh, Thelma, stop, you darn fool. Tell me, what business are you in, Mr.
Clunk.
Clunk.
Did somebody drop something?
Penny. What business are you in, Mr. Clunk?
Oh, he's a milkman.
Oh, you have a milk route, Sam?
But definitely.
Oh, a regular wagon and everything, huh?
Oh, no, business isn't so good, so he just walks around with a cow.
I see. Well, Sam and Thelma, I'd like to have you meet the rest of our little company. This is Don Wilson, Kenny Baker, and Phil Harris.
Hello. How are you?
I could go for how are you?
Why, sugar plum.
Oh, don't you spoil my honeymoon.
Well, I don't think it's nice.
Quiet, you little one-cow Gary.
Hey, what's going on here? Sam, come here a minute, will you? Pardon us, girls. Now, listen, Sam, it's none of my business, but I hate to see a fellow like you get off on the wrong foot.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, I can see the way things are starting out that Thelma's going to take charge of everything.
He can't. The cow's in my name.
Well, I don't mean the cow.
Well, what else is there?
Listen, Sam, look, take my advice. Put your foot down. Assert yourself. Begin right now and take control of things. Be the boss.
Really? Sure. All right, I'll do it. Hey, Thelma.
What?
Hooey.
Atta boy.
Why, Sam Clunk, I'd throw this ring right back in your face if I hadn't bought it.
What are you trying to do, Jack Benny? Break up our home?
Well, but I was only...
Oh, Mary Livingston, are you going to let Jack spoil our honeymoon? Why, Jack, that's a fine way to treat my friend. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Well, but all I said
Jack,
was...
I don't like to interfere, but I think Mary is right.
That's what I say.
What?
Yeah, why don't you mind your own business and not talk while I'm playing?
Well, what did I do? Gee whiz, you think that I...
Oh, I can't wait any longer. Sing, Kenny.
Boy, I'd give $10 to be in Alaska right now. Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
Leave us Eskimos alone.
Very good. Very good, Kenny. Very good. You took it so nice and easy, and you handled it with finesse. That was Sweet as a Word for You, sung by Kenny Baker in his usual fine voice.
Well, what's usual about it?
Well, I mean that it's,
Well, I think my voice is very unusual.
Well, so do I, Kenny. All I meant was that you're consistent.
Well, why don't you say what you mean?
I'm talking to Kenny.
Well, listen here. If you think you can talk to me like you do to Phil Harris, I'm going home.
Wait a minute. What is this? Mutiny? Now, look here, Kenny. I don't want to have trouble with you, too. And as far as I'm concerned, you can go home.
All right. Hello, Ma. Put my supper on.
Now, go on home. Who needs you?
He's gone, Jack.
I should worry. Ishkabibble.
Well, what about our play, Jack? Aren't we going to do it?
No, I'm in no mood for a play. Gee, everybody picking on you all night. Kenny's gone home, Phil's sore. Things look pretty black, believe me.
Then let's do a minstrel show.
That didn't help me either.
Well, Jack, I don't know why Kenny got mad. After all, you didn't talk during his number.
Are you going to start that again?
Now, wait a minute. Don't jump on me again, or I'll have my drummer play a solo on your nose.
Now, look here, Phil. I'm not going to stand much more of it. Every night, same thing. So if you want to catch the same streetcar with Kenny, it's okay with me.
That suits me fine.
Yes.
Listen, men, you can do the next number alone, and if Benny makes any cracks while I'm gone, just let me know.
Okay, boss.
Isn't even safe to talk behind a man's back anymore.
Say, Mary. Yes, Alma. What makes Jack act so grouchy? He's teething. Teething? Yeah, they keep slipping out. Say, Selma. What? Where are you and Sam living? Oh, a swell place. Auto Camp number 9. Gee, why don't you come over and visit us, Mary? Oh, I'd love to. Say, Jack, do you mind if I go over to Selma's? There's nothing going on here anyway.
No, we still have a show to do.
Some show. I
Yeah.
get more laughs out of our cow.
Yeah, now listen, young lady, I've heard enough about your cow.
Hey, keep our cow out of this.
What about me?
I meant you.
Oh, Jack, let me go, will you?
Go ahead and take those cottage cheese peddlers with you.
All right, kids, let's go. Come on, Joe.
Oh, my name is Sam.
Yeah, we'll take Joe along, too.
You know, Mary, I'm awfully sorry I came up here tonight. Why? Well, ever since I saw Phil Harris, Sam looks different. Well, you still have the cow. Yeah, that's right. Goodbye, Jack. Goodbye, Jack.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Sam.
Goodbye, homewrecker.
Fine couple. I bet they put water in that milk they sell.
Is water poison?
Get out of here. Oh, boy, what a night. Well, Don, you can go, too, if you want to know you's hanging around an old crab like me.
But, Jack, what about the program?
Oh, I'll take care of that. Don't worry, as long as I have me, we'll get along.
Okay, Jack. See you next Sunday.
Right. Hey, me, I don't need anybody to help me out. Say, after all, I wasn't in vaudeville 15 years for nothing. Believe me. Plenty of things I can do. I was a star for years. I don't know what... Oh, pardon me, folks. There's the phone. Hello? Hello?
Hiya, Buck.
Oh, hello, Andy. Where are you?
I'm home listening to you. Say, Buck, as long as you're all alone, why don't you come over to our ranch? I'm sitting around here with Ma and Pa, and they'd love to meet you.
Oh, Andy, I don't feel like going anyplace tonight. I don't feel good.
Oh, come on over, Buck. We'll cheer you up.
Okay, Andy, thanks. Yeah, I can stand a few smiles for a change. I'll be right over. Oh, say, Andy, I know what street you live on, but I forgot which house. How'll I find it?
I'll have my hired man laying in the road.
Well, won't he get run over?
No, he's got a nose like a lantern.
Okay, Andy, I'll be right over. So long. Well, at least there's one place I'm welcome. Well, this looks like the place. Sure glad Andy asked me over.
Who's there?
It's me, Andy, Jack Benny.
What do you want?
What do I want? You invited me over here, didn't you?
That's right. Come on in. Glad to see you, Buck.
Yeah, I feel better already. Well, you got a nice house here, Andy.
You should have seen it when it had a roof on it.
That's right, the roof is missing. What do you do when it rains?
I sleep on my stomach.
Well, Andy, I'm sure glad you invited me over. Gee, I felt kind of rotten tonight. If I ever needed a little cheering up, this is the time, you know.
Buck, I want you to meet my folks. This is Paul.
Mr. Devine, it's a pleasure.
Glad to know you, son.
Ma? And Ma, I want you to meet Buck Benny.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Devine?
If he's a cowboy, I'm Jean Harlow.
Your mother has a sense of humor.
And this is my little brother, Tutu.
Oh, Tutu Devine. Nice boy.
Make yourself to home, Mr. Benny, and sit down.
Thank you.
Not there, Buck, not there. Buck, that's a pig.
Oh, I thought it was a rocking chair.
We did, too, till it bit us.
Oh, I nearly forgot, Mrs. Devine. I brought you a box of candy.
Candy? What's that?
Oh, you know, Ma, sweet stuff.
Well, who wants that? The house is full of ants already.
No, I'm sorry. It's my fault. Next time I'll bring flowers.
Don't bring no flowers around here. I got hay fever.
Well, really, I didn't know what to bring.
Well, why didn't you bring Jell-O? Ain't you got no loyalty?
Well, I never thought of that.
It's a fine spirit. What are you getting paid for?
Oh, come on now, Paul. Oh, Paul, let him alone. Want something to eat, Buck?
No, but I am a little thirsty.
Okay, I'll draw you a bucket of water right out of the well.
No, you don't, Andy. It'll disturb the ducks.
Oh, well, don't bother.
We got some nice homemade applejack. Care for that?
Fine. Is it very strong?
Strong. We gave some to our cat, and she got a job with Clyde Beatty.
Well, then I better not take any. I don't like those cages, you know.
You know, Mr. Benny, we was listening to your program tonight before you got here.
Oh, yes? How did you like it?
We like music, and I think it's a shame the way you interrupted that orchestra.
Well, it was purely accidental, Mr.
Accidental? I'm surprised anybody can get along with you.
Well, but the whole thing was
If I was Phil Harris, I'd give you a good thrashing.
Oh, come on now, Paul. Cut it out.
Don't stick up for him, Andy. He kicks you around, too.
Only you're too dumb to notice it.
Now, Andy, you know I've always treated you with the greatest of respect.
I don't know, Buck. You make fun of my voice, don't you?
Well, it's just a gag, that's all.
And you laugh at my singing?
But, Andy,
I demand an apology.
Oh, Andy, please. I thought you said everything was so nice and quiet around here.
You think this is noisy? Well, wait till we start to eat.
Well, thanks. I'm not a bit hungry.
Oh, so our food ain't good enough for you, eh?
I didn't say that.
That's an insult.
Now, my folks kind of sensitive, Buck. You better change your mind.
All right, I'll stay for supper.
Oh, no, you won't.
Gee, Andy, what'll I do now?
Don't ask me. I ain't the voice of experience.
Well, Andy, it was nice of you to invite me over, but really, I don't feel very good. I'm very cheered up. I'm kind of tired, and I want to go home.
Oh, come on. Stick around, Buck.
Let him go.
And don't slam the door.
Goodbye. Phew. Oh, boy, what a night this was. I'm sure glad it's over. Wow. Oh.
What's the matter, Buck?
I fell halfway down the steps.
Well, keep on rolling. There's some liniment at the bottom.
Well, I'm home now, folks. Before I go to bed, I just want to say we're with you again next Sunday night at the same time when we bring you our special anniversary program marking my 5th year on the air. So we hope you will all be with us. I also want to thank Jesse Block and Eva Sully for their very clever portrayals of the newly married couple on tonight's program. Weren't they swell, folks? Well, guess I'll go on along to bed now. Good night, folks.
The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, today, May 2nd, 1937, marks an important occasion, the 5th anniversary of the radio debut of a man who has established himself in the hearts of millions.
Thank you, Don. Don't underdo it.
In the past 5 years, Jack Benny has not only brought good, wholesome entertainment into the homes of the American public, but he has made popular such famous expressions and national bywords as 1933.
Was you there, Charlie?
1934.
You nasty man.
1935.
So, this'll kill you, Graham.
1936.
Tally ho.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we bring you that great mind with everybody else's thoughts, Jack Benny.
Well, Jell-O again. This is Father Time marching on. And thank you, Don, for that lovely eulogy, although you did exaggerate a little. But I can take it.
What do you mean, exaggerate?
Well, I didn't coin all those expressions. You see, the ones that I'm really identified with are don't give up the ship and Lafayette, we are here.
Lafayette, we are here? Why, General Pershing said that when he landed in France.
Oh, he thought I wouldn't hear about it, huh?
Oh.
Well, it serves me right for not having it copyrighted.
Well, anyway, Jack, I want to be the first to congratulate you on this, your 5th anniversary.
Thanks, Don. I appreciate that.
That goes for me, too. You deserve a lot of credit, Jack.
Oh, thank you, Phil.
And I'm terribly sorry about the little fights and arguments we've been having. And tonight I'm not going to say one thing that'll hurt your feelings.
Well, that's sweet, Phil. Thanks.
But next week, watch out.
Oh, Phil, you're just a big kid. I wish you were smaller. Well, anyway, thanks for the temporary truce.
Hello, Hello, Jack.
Hello.
Congratulations and best wishes on your 5th university.
University?
Yes, isn't it awful the way they type these scripts?
Yes. Imagine, Mary, 5 years on the air. Gee, I can still remember my first broadcast. I stepped up to that microphone cool and calm, complete master of the situation.
Go on, you were shaking like a leaf.
Oh, is that so?
Why, it took 2 men to get your tongue down from the roof of your mouth.
Oh, you're crazy. I wasn't a bit nervous.
Then why did you faint?
I didn't faint. I was tired and I wanted to lay down.
You didn't have to lay on the drum.
All right, so I did faint. Anyone can get a little dizzy.
Yes, but after 5 years, you ought to snap out of it.
So a nice way to talk on my day of days. Day of days. Yes?
Oh, Jack, where's your sense of humor? If I'd have meant that, I wouldn't have written this poem for you.
Oh, did you hear that, Phil? A poem.
Yeah. Stay where you are, man. Nobody leave this room.
Go ahead, Mary. Read your poem. Huh?
Gee, I'm glad I'm not here yet.
Go on, Mary. What's the title of it?
To Jack Benny on his 4th anniversary.
This is my 5th.
Well, I wrote it last year.
Oh. Well, go ahead. Read it, Mary.
Oh, Jack Benny, you're the one that we adore. And we send you fondest wishes on anniversary number 5. I had 4 there.
Oh, yeah, before. It's my fault, I think. Go ahead, Mary.
You are sure one popular guy. Why it is, I don't know why.
Fine grammar. Fine grammar.
On this anniversary, your 4th, greetings come, east, west, and north.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. This is my 5th anniversary.
Okay. On this anniversary, your 5th, greetings come, east, west, and nift.
Nift? Must be short for nifty there, I see. Read on.
Gee, I sure am in a fix. I should have read this in 36. The end.
Well, wait a minute. I thought you said this was a special poem for me.
It is.
Well, make it end that way. Gee, kid.
All right. So it's your anniversary number 5. Don't be a dope. Wake up and live.
Wake up and live. Oh, Mary.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hiya, Kenny. Hello.
Let me be the first to congratulate you on your 5th anniversary.
The first? Hey, what do you think the rest of the company has been doing?
Oh, are they talking to you again?
Yes, Kenny. Today, the dove of peace is flying over this program. Who did that?
Phil Harris.
Oh, that Harris would shoot a real bird.
I'm going home. I got a feather in my hat.
Oh, Kenny. Don't be so literal. Isn't he dumb, Mary?
That guy'd need a compass to get out of a revolving door.
Yeah.
Who wants to? That's fun.
Look, Kenny, in an effort to get a sensible answer from you, I'm going to ask you a very simple question.
What is it?
Now, just relax and stop thinking and give me the right answer.
All right, I'm ready.
Are you? All right, here it is. What are you going to sing tonight?
A song.
A song. Now, that's fine. And what's the name?
Kenny Baker.
The name of the song.
I'm going to sing September in the Rain, my favorite number, which I dedicated to your 5th radio birthday.
Well, thanks, Kenny. Go ahead. Just a moment. Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
I want to take this opportunity of wishing you a very, very happy anniversary.
Well, thanks. And by the way, who are you?
I often wonder. Sing, Kenny.
The fine thing. Where are the G-men at a time like this? That was beautiful, Kenny. Really beautiful. And thanks for dedicating it to me. That was September in the Rain, sung by that eminent American tenor, Kenneth M. Baker. Say, Kenny, what's the M for?
Eminent.
Oh.
I'll bet he doesn't even know what eminent means.
Well, Kenneth is a tough one, too.
You stated.
Say, Jack.
What? Stop laughing. What is it?
A telegram came in for you while Kenny was singing.
Oh, well, I've been getting them all day long. Read it if it's good.
Oh, it's swell, Jack.
Oh.
It says, congratulations on this occasion. Stop. To me, you are not only the funniest, but the greatest personality on the air today.
Well, isn't that sweet? Who's it from, Mary?
Fibber McGee.
Say, even he tells the truth once in a while, you know. Come in.
Hiya, Buck.
Well, hello, Andy. Kind of had a hunch you'd drop in today.
Yes, sir. I was going to send you a telegram of congratulations, but Western Union couldn't understand me.
They couldn't understand you. What did you say?
Charge it.
I see.
Say, Buck,
Yeah?
I got a little surprise for you. Ma baked you a banana cream pie, and I bought you this genuine leather billfold. Here you are.
Well, isn't that nice? A billfold. Say, that is real leather. Where's the pie?
In the billfold.
Oh, yes, I see it oozing out.
Say, Jack.
What?
You know, it's a good idea having bananas in your billfold.
Why?
Maybe $1 will slip out once in a while.
Oh, it will, eh?
Don't worry, he'll put ashes in it.
My, what a witty retort. I'll bet you wish it was impromptu. Say, Andy, I forgot to thank you for inviting me over to your house last Sunday night, although I didn't have a very good time.
Well, you just happened to catch us during a lull.
I knew there was something wrong there. Come in.
I'd like to speak to Jack Benny.
I'm Mr. Benny.
My name is Brown. I'm with the Hollywood Scoop.
I see.
My paper sent me here for a story and a picture.
Oh, yes.
Now, Mr. Benny, I understand you've been on the air for 5 years. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, to what do you attribute your success?
Well, I owe it all to my cast.
Your cast, I see. Now, Mr. Benny, as to salary.
He owes us that, too.
I do not entirely. Continue, Mr. Brown.
Now, do you feel that you have personally done a great deal for radio?
Oh, definitely.
Of course, Marconi had a little something to do with it, too.
Oh, that's right, he did. Let's give Mr. Marconi a little hand, folks. Hey, that was thoughtful of me, wasn't it? Mary, isn't it marvelous how Marconi and I are always linked together?
Yeah.
Mary, what are you laughing at?
Marconi and cheese.
I resent that.
Don't call that ham a cheese.
Don't mind these side remarks, Mr. Brown. On the whole, we're quite a happy little family.
So I see. And now I'd like to take a picture. Are you ready?
Yes! Please, fellows. The gentleman was addressing me, weren't you, sir?
Yes, you can be in it, too.
Thanks.
Now, Mr. Wilson, I want you right here in front.
Okay.
But look, I think that if I was standing...
Mr. Baker, you stand right alongside of Mr. Wilson.
Yes, sir.
Hey, can I get in this?
Of course, Mr. Devine. Stand right there at Mr. Baker's left.
Well, look, I feel that if I was
Now,
standing...
Miss Livingston and Mr. Harris, you sit down in front. Well, I guess we're all set. Everybody smile. Oh, yes, Mr. Benny, I almost forgot you.
Oh, it really doesn't matter. It's just my
I want you to stand right behind Mr. Wilson.
What is that?
I say I want you to stand right behind Mr. Wilson.
Oh. Couldn't have picked anybody else for the cast. You mean like this?
Yes.
No. But you can only see my shoulder.
Here we go. Smile, everybody. Mr. Benny, put your head back in and smile.
Gee, what good is a smile if you can't see me?
I want to feel that you're happy.
Oh, all right.
Now, quiet, everybody. Hold it.
There goes another dove.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Benny. Thanks very much.
Goodbye. Say, I hope I get a print of that picture. I stuck my tongue out when he wasn't looking.
You're telling me the back of my neck is all wet.
Oh, I'm sorry, Don. Here's my hanky. Play, Bill. That was How Could You, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra, and dedicated to my anniversary.
Yeah, who dedicated it?
I did, and never mind. Who dedicated it? Who dedicated it? And now, ladies and gentlemen, since today marks a special occasion, we are going to present a special episode of Buck Benny Rides Again. Ah, you'd never know the old thing, folks. My horse's hoofs have been manicured, my boots have been shined, and the plot has been cleaned and pressed. Now, by this time, we,
Telegram for Jack Benny.
You take it, Mary.
Okay.
By this time, our
Jack,
cat...
it's from your sponsor.
Oh, the boss, eh? What does he say?
Congratulations on your 5th anniversary. Don't let it happen again.
Lucky he was subtle. I didn't get it. And now for our special play, Buck Benny Rides Again, or Quick Henry, the Linneman. Once again, we take you to that little cow town of Boiled Beef, Texas. Curtain. Music. Hello? Sheriff's office. Who? The telephone company. Somebody owes you a bill and you can't collect it? Well, I'll get that varmint before sundown. Oh, it's me. Well, that complicates things. Goodbye.
Sheriff, why don't you pay that phone bill and get it off your mind?
It ain't on my mind, it's on theirs.
Say, Buck, you're kind of dolled up today, ain't you?
Yeah, what's the idea of the tailcoat?
Well, I'll tell you, deputies. It's on account of my 5th year as sheriff of Cactus County.
Say, that's right. It's your 5th anniversary.
Boys, I've been in office 5 years, and I got a 100% perfect record.
Yep, you ain't caught a crook yet.
Is that so? The jailhouse is full, ain't it?
Those are your relatives.
Well, if they ain't crooks, I never seen none. Yes, sir. Come in.
You got a telephone in here?
Yep.
You ain't now. Goodbye.
Timed beautifully. The phone company is getting mighty aggressive.
Hey, Sheriff, are you going to celebrate your anniversary?
Sure am. I'm throwing a big party over at the Busy Bee restaurant and pool parlor. Got the gold room reserved.
Gold room?
Yep, the wallpaper's turning yellow. You boys are invited.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Say, can I bring my girl, or is it going to be formal?
Bring anybody you want, deputy.
I'm taking my horse.
All right, but don't ask me to dance with him.
Not a chance, Buck. He's got a full program.
Well, let's get over there. The crowd's waiting. Hey, Deadeye.
Yes, Sheriff?
Stay here and mind the office.
Okay.
And if the phone rings, you're nuts. Come on, boys.
Okay, Sheriff.
Steady, partner. Nice doubling, boys. Giddy up. Come on, boys. Yeah. Here we are, boys. Whoa. Whoa, partner. Deputies, you better put some oil in your oats. Well, here we are. Hi again.
Hiya, Buck. Congratulations. All right, boys and girls.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. F-E-L-L-O.
Well, thanks, everybody. Hello, Daisy.
Hello, tall, dark, and clean for a change.
Well, Gad, you look like you went through the ringer yourself. Say, that's the kind of fancy evening gown you got on.
Yep, tonight I'm dancing bareback.
Well, Daisy, that gag sure fooled me, and you sure look good. Say, where's your pappy?
He's out in the kitchen mixing the punch.
Ain't you afraid he'll drink it up?
Not a chance. We padlocked his tonsils.
Well, folks, it's my party, and everything's on me. So order anything you want to eat or drink.
Eat? I ain't no sissy.
Here comes Pappy with the punch.
Hooray!
Looks mighty good, Pappy. Is it strong?
Not exactly, but I advise you to drink her sitting down.
Why, what did you put in it?
Everything in Ike Muller's saloon.
Well, it looks like it. Say, what's that floating there in the middle?
Ike Muller!
Well, come on, folks. Help yourselves. Did you stir up the punch, Frank?
I tried to, but the doggone spoon dissolved.
Too bad. Well, we gotta have some victuals to go with this.
Where's the waiter?
There he is.
Hey, Pierre. Pierre?
Yeah, sir, boss. Did you call me?
Yes, what do you got that's good to eat?
Man, you was in the wrong place.
Let's see that bill of fare. What about this roast beef?
I wouldn't encourage that.
Gotta eat something. Are the lamb chops all right?
Well, I highly recommend them in the negative.
I see. Quite a problem here. How's the fried chicken?
Confidentially,
Well, we can't dance on an empty stomach. What do you recommend?
Take the hash.
Oh, the hash. Is that good?
No, but it ain't fatal.
Well, we'll have to take a chance on it. Hash for everybody. Come on, bring on it. Get away with that.
Do you all want coffee or democracy?
What's the difference?
The large cups is twice as bad.
Well, thanks for the information, Pierre. You know everything, don't you?
I don't know where Albuquerque is.
Hey, Albuquerque is a town.
There you go again.
Hey, remember him, boys? Well, fellas, while we're waiting for the victuals, how about a little entertainment?
I'll make a speech.
Quiet!
What happened?
You were overruled magnanimously. I'll tell you what, how about a song from Daisy Clark?
Oh, that's right.
Come on.
Well, I'll sing if Andy'll join me.
What do you say, Andy?
Well, I ain't very good voice tonight, Buck. I got a frog in my throat.
Well, let him sing bass. Come on, what song you know, Daisy?
How about let's call the whole thing off?
Mighty fine tune. Hit her, boys. Come on, Daisy. Well, sir, we all did a fine job on that.
Hey, boss, here's the hash.
The hash is here, fellas. Shall we dig in?
No!
What? Oh, never mind the food. Let's dance, everybody. Strike her up, boys. Come on, Daisy. Let you and I swing. Come on, fellas. And we're with you again next Sunday night at the same time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to say that next Sunday night we will announce the winner in our popular play contest, which we will present 2 weeks from tonight.
Say, Jack.
What?
I just happen to think that it's my anniversary, too.
It is?
Yes, it's 5 years since you gave me a raise.
Good night, folks.
The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't feel like taking a walk or going to a movie and you're not in the mood for a nap, that is, if you haven't anything else to do, you might as well listen to Jack Benny.
Hello again. This is Jack Benny, your last resort speaking. And thanks, Don, for that big build-up. I hope you do a better job selling Jell-O tonight than you did selling me.
I will.
Imagine introducing me that way. I know I'm better than taking a walk.
Well, Jack, there's a lot of exercise in walking, and besides, it's strenuous.
Oh, I suppose listening to me isn't hard work. You get plenty of exercise turning the dial and throwing books at the radio. And listen, folks, if you want to go to the movies, go ahead. I hope you lose the bank night.
What's wrong, Jack?
Well, when Don introduced me tonight, he practically advised people to go to the movies instead of listening to me.
Don't worry, it might be your picture, and they'll run right back to the radio.
Is that so? Now listen, Phil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Phil, if this wasn't Mother's Day, I'd punch you right in the nose.
If you do, you won't come to till Father's Day.
Looks like I'm in for a rest. Oh, well, that's life. What do we talk about tonight, Don?
Why not talk about Mother's Day? All the other programs are doing it.
Oh, of course. Who are we to be original? Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. What are you talking about?
Now, what would I be talking about today?
You mean besides yourself?
Yeah. We're talking about Mother's Day, and you better be prepared. What did you do for your Mother's Day, Mary?
I sent my father $10.
You sent your father $10 on Mother's Day?
Don't worry, she'll get it.
Well, that's silly. Now, why didn't you send it direct to your mother?
Oh, she has more fun picking father's pockets.
She has. Well, does your father ever suspect anything?
Does he? Last year he didn't take his pants off for a week.
Mary laughed ahead of time. She knew the joke was funny.
Say, Jack, not changing the subject, but how did you do on the Kentucky Derby?
Not changing the subject? Why, Phil, all my life I've heard subjects change, but never in such a crude fashion. Imagine changing a subject from Mother's Day to the Kentucky Derby.
Well, my mother's from Kentucky.
Oh, and I suppose your father wears a derby. Well, that fits.
It does not. It comes clear down over his ears.
Well, let's drop it. What'd you ask me, Phil?
I said, did you win anything in the Derby yesterday?
No, I wasn't very lucky. I had $2 on, I say I had, I mean our syndicate. We had $2 on Sunset Trail.
Sunset Trail, huh?
Yeah, I had $2 right on his nose. I guess that extra weight held him back.
If you'd have put one of your checks on his nose, he'd have bounced in first.
Yeah, my own fault. Huh? That horse must be a fugitive from a merry-go-round.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Kenny.
Say, Jack, do me a favor, will you? Ask me what day this is.
All right, Kenny, what day is this?
It's Mother's Day.
Kenny, that's marvelous. How did you know it was Mother's Day?
I've been saying it every Sunday, and today I was right.
Well, what'd you do for your mother today, Kenny?
Oh, tonight I'm going to take her out to dinner and a movie, and then we're going to have some ice cream, and it isn't going to cost her a cent.
Well, that's sweet.
Lend me $5, will you, Jack?
No, it's not going to cost me a cent either.
Some chivalry.
No, Kenny, if I'd have won the Derby yesterday, I'd have been glad to help you out. Answer the phone, Mary.
Hello? Yes? Thank you, I'll tell him. Oh, Jack!
What is it, Mary?
Your horse just came in.
Wow, I knew he'd come through. That Buck Benny luck never fails. Play, Phil! Starting in Brown, played by Phil Harris and his boys, and very good, Phil, but I did notice that, maybe it's because it's getting towards the end of the season, but I did notice that several of the boys showed a very careless attitude during the number. I mean, they weren't on the alert.
Oh, they're always that way when they're rehearsing.
Rehearsing? Why, Phil, we're on the air.
I told you guys that. They talked me out of it.
Oh, they did? Well, what are you, a man or a moose? Say, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but you sprained your brain on that one.
Oh, well, let me tell you something.
Jack, don't start trouble with Phil again.
Yeah, especially on Mother's Day.
Listen, Kenny, I don't want to disillusion you, but get this. Phil is not a mother.
I told Mary that, but she talked me out of it.
Oh, Kenny, don't be so gullible.
I'm not gullible.
You are, too, isn't he, Mary?
Yeah, he eats like a horse.
Oh, what I go through for radio. And now, ladies and gents, in an effort to bring real art into the homes of America, and also to pay tribute to the mothers of the nation, tonight we will, Come in?
Telegram for Jack Benny.
Oh, here, Bud.
Bud, my name is Stoopnagel.
Well, give me the wire and get back to your own program. You meet the freshest people in this business.
Who's it from, Jack?
You read it. I forgot to have my glasses washed.
Okay. Jack Benny, NBC Studio, Hollywood. Dear Kerr.
Let me see that. That's Sir, not Kerr.
You can't fool Western Union.
Oh, go ahead, read it.
Dear Sir, this wire comes from one of your real fans. I am a mother and have 6 children. Stop. They listen to your broadcast and imitate everything you do.
Well.
Now, here's my problem. My children refuse to go to school. But if you did a schoolroom play and set them a good example, I'm sure they would change their minds. Do not fail me. Yours truly, Mrs. Otis Elevator, Ups and Downs, Kentucky.
Now, that is a touching wire.
What are you going to do about it, Jack?
What?
What are you going to do about it?
Naturally, we're going to take care of this request. We can't turn down a mother on a day like this. So tonight, folks, as a special favor, we will present an original schoolroom drama entitled The Bump on Teacher's Head, or Who Threw That Desk? Inasmuch as I am the nominal head of this program, I will be the teacher.
And I'll throw the desk.
Phil, that's just the title. Nobody's going to throw any desks.
Oh, no, wait till we get rolling.
Phil, you have a wee dash of the heel in you tonight. What's the matter with you, anyway?
Well, I don't see why you always grab the best parts. I want to be the teacher.
Oh, you do, eh? Well, I'll be the teacher. And that settles it. Come in. Well.
Hello, Jig Benny.
Oh, hello, Patsy. Hey, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Well, I'm an individual who keeps busy.
Yeah, well, what are you doing these days, Patsy?
What am I doing is asking. I'm a lifeguard.
A lifeguard? Well, how are you making out?
Fine. I was saved 3 times yesterday.
Well, you're some lifeguard. Why don't you learn to swim?
Hey, it's only a summer job.
Oh, well, I don't blame you then. But, Patsy, you're just in time. We're going to do a little schoolroom play tonight, sort of reminisce, you know.
Naturally.
Of course.
Yes.
Would you like to, What? Would you like to join us and go back to your little old schoolhouse?
I wouldn't get on that boat again for $1 million.
I mean in this country. You want to join us?
Okay, but on one condition.
What's that?
If the teacher keeps me after school.
Well, I'm going to be the teacher.
Drop the condition.
And we're all set. We'll do it right after Kenny's song. Are you ready, Kenny?
Yeah, my mouth open and everything.
Fine. Notify your tonsils and go ahead. Sing, Kenny. Where Are You, sung by Master Kenny Baker, who doesn't know. But really, Kenny, it was very melodious.
Can I close my mouth now?
Yes. Not so loud next time. And now, folks, the time has come for our school play. Are you excited? Ah, friends, picture your little red schoolhouse. Of course, if you went to a green one, don't repaint it just for this broadcast. Let's go. Curtain. Music. Come and get it, come and get it. Get your red-hot education here. You can't tell one subject from another without a textbook. Come and get it. Good morning, Good morning, children. Come to order, kiddies. I will now call the roll. Don Wilson.
Here.
Mary Livingston.
Present.
Phil Harris. Now, Phil, don't be a sore loser. Kenny Baker.
Here, teacher. I brought you a nice rosy apple.
Well, thank you, Kenny. That was very thoughtful.
Save me the core.
I will. Andy Devine.
Hiya, Buck.
Why, Andy, I didn't recognize you with those curls.
I am kind of pretty, ain't I?
Yeah. Patsy Blick.
Here, teacher, I brought you a nice rosy herring.
A herring.
Save me the car.
Mary. Jean Arthur.
Here.
Arthur Jean.
Here.
Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow.
She's not here.
Shucks, and I wanted to keep her after school. Man Mountain Dean. Gypsy Rose Lee.
Wow!
Fred Allen.
I'm in New York.
War Admiral. Now, children, we'll have our usual morning exercises. Will all the boys get on the floor and stand on their heads?
What'll we do?
Quiet. Come on, boys. Be as quiet as possible. Andy, why aren't you standing on your head?
I ain't going to reroute my blood just for one gag.
Now, back to your seats, everybody. Now, first, we'll take up our arithmetic. Mary Livingston.
Yes, teacher.
How much is 3 times 3?
12.
That's correct.
It is not.
Oh. Well, I'll find out. Kenny Baker, how much is 3 times 3?
6.
Wrong. 3 times 3 is 9.
Well, I'm still standing on my head.
Oh, then you're right. Patsy Flick.
Yes, Poopsie.
Here's a rather... Don't Poopsie the teacher. Here's a rather difficult question. If stockings cost 50 cents a pair and you had $2, how many pairs?
Listen. Ask me again the question, please.
Patsy. If stockings cost 50 cents a pair and you had $2, how many pairs could you buy?
Wholesale or retail?
Retail.
I'm not interested.
It's a fine answer. Ow! Who hit me with that spitball?
I did. I'll learn you to be teacher.
Oh, you will, eh? Well, you stay after school, Phil.
It's a date.
A fine romance.
Quiet. Now, Andy Devine.
Let her flicker, Buck.
Now, if your hen... Now, get this. If your hen laid an egg a day for 7 days, what would you have at the end of the week?
Stewed chicken.
Stewed chicken? Why?
She ain't laying.
Oh, well, then let me put it this way. Supposing your hen changed her mind and did lay an egg a day for 7 days, what would you have?
I'd still have stewed chicken.
Why?
'Cause I ain't got no gratitude.
Well, neither have I. Save me a drumstick. Ow! Phil Harris, why do you keep hitting me with those spitballs?
You got a face like a target.
I have not. Those are just circles under my eyes.
Well, they go clear around.
It's a fine schoolroom.
Candy, peanuts, popcorn, and slingshots. Candy, peanuts,
Patsy,
popcorn.
get back to your seat. You're a student here.
Quiet, I got a sidelight.
Well, you better have an answer, too. Did you study your history lesson?
Yes, Sweetie Pie.
All right. Who said give me liberty or give me death?
My uncle.
Your uncle? Why?
You should see my aunt.
Well, maybe you're right. Now, Mary.
Yes, teacher?
Tell me, who was the father of our country?
Now,
I'll give you a clue. Who threw $1 across the Potomac? Mary, who threw $1 across the Potomac?
Nobody on this program.
This is exasperating. Kenny Baker, you tell me, who was the father of our country? Come on now. The father of our country was George
Olson.
That's fine, George Olson. Then who was the mother?
Ethel Chate.
Well, that clears that up. Now, children, we will take up our spelling.
Teacher! Oh, teacher!
What is it, Andy?
Patsy Flick parked this chewing gum in my curl.
Patsy, why did you put gum in Andy's hair?
He put ham in my lunchbox.
Well, what's the matter with that?
It was such a small piece.
Stop this nonsense. Let's go on with our spelling. Kenny Baker, spell fog.
What?
Spell fog.
F-I-G.
I said fog.
He's been in one all his life and can't spell it.
Gee, Mary, that's good. Ouch, who hit me with that spitball?
I did. I gotta have some fun, too. Now, Andy, spell hippopotamus.
What?
Spell hippopotamus.
I pass.
By me.
Pass.
Pass. I open for $2.
I'll say. Now, wait a minute. The word is hippopotamus.
It's no good. You got to have Jacks or better.
Mary, can you spell hippopotamus?
No, and neither can you.
I don't have to. I'm the teacher.
Spell teacher.
Quiet.
Q-U-I-E-T.
Very good, Kenny.
Traitor, he studied.
Now, children, it's almost 3 o'clock and time to go home. So I want you all to... Flop. Huh? What's the matter, Andy?
I just sat on the dunce cap.
Kenny, don't leave your hat laying around.
You should kick. I'm under it.
Oh. Well, children, it's almost 3 o'clock and time to go home. So I want you all to study tonight and take your homework with you.
Yes, teacher.
Oh, teacher.
What?
Look what's on the blackboard.
Look what's on the blackboard. Look what's on the blackboard. Look what's on the blackboard.
Children! This is shocking. Who wrote that on the blackboard? Who wrote teacher is a loose?
I did. I can't spell louse.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah, man.
Well, just for that, everybody in this room will have to stay after school.
Well, why do we all have to stay?
I ain't going to be alone with that gorilla.
Teacher is a scaredy cat. Teacher is a scaredy cat.
Teacher is a scaredy cat. Teacher. Hey, what am I doing? Class dismissed. Cram, kiddies. And now, ladies and gentlemen, out. Phil, school is over.
I had one left.
Oh. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce that next Sunday night we are going to present the play which you selected by a majority of votes as the most popular sketch in our 1936 series. The winning play is Our Wilderness. The results are as follows. Our Wilderness, 28,643. Emperor Jones, 23,378. Charlie Chan in Radio City, 19,475. Those are votes, folks, not laughs. I also want to thank those listeners who voted for Why Girls Leave Home Way Down East and Mutiny on the Jell-O, which also received many requests. So next Sunday night, we will present the winner, our new version of Eugene O'Neill's masterpiece, Our Wilderness. And before the season is over, we hope to do the other two runner-ups, Emperor Jones and Charlie Chan in Radio City. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as a teaser for next week's show, we will give you one of the dramatic highlights of that outstanding play, Our Wilderness.
Pa.
No.
Father.
Son.
No, Father.
No son.
And very little more.
What's that? I knew it.
What?
I must tell him the facts of life. This, ladies and gentlemen, is only one of the many thrilling scenes in our next week's production.
But don't let that discourage you.
No, play Phil. And we'll be with you again next Sunday night at the same time when we offer you your favorite play, Eugene O'Neill's Our Wilderness.
Jack, what's a wilderness?
Well, Mary, a wilderness is a lot of trees and shrubbery, maybe a hermit or two.
What's a hermit?
Well, a hermit is a man who lives in the wilderness.
Why?
Well, because he doesn't like the city.
What city?
Oh, good night, folks.
The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Benny.
Jell-O again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, I must say that was the stingiest introduction you've ever given me. Why, I snub people with more words than that.
Well, to tell you the truth, Jack, it's getting toward the end of the season, and I'm running out of adjectives.
Yes, I know how you feel, Don, and I don't blame you. We only have 6 more broadcasts, and believe me, I'm looking forward to my summer vacation.
So where are you planning to go?
Well, Don, I've decided to go to the Orient this year. Japan and China. You know, I've always wanted to see Rice without old shoes.
Well, that'll be a lovely trip, Jack, and you can make it in about 8 or 10 weeks.
Yes. Say, Don, how much would a trip like that cost? I mean, including the boat fare and everything.
Oh, you can do it easily for about $6,000 or $7,000. Not bad, is it?
No. Not at all. About, you say about 6,000 or 7,000, huh?
Yes, roughly, but it'll be worth every penny of it.
Oh, no doubt. But look, Don, doesn't it get awfully hot in China this time of year?
No, not at all.
Not even around stoves?
Well, now, that's silly.
Oh.
Say, Jack, why don't you take a trip to Europe this summer? Have you ever been there?
No, I haven't, Phil. See, a boat trip to Europe would make a nice vacation. Of course, they don't grow rice there, but I'll bet you can get it. Huh?
That'd be ideal, Jack.
It sure would. Say, Phil, does a trip like that, I mean, are the, is it,
Oh, the whole thing wouldn't cost you more than $3,000 or $4,000.
Oh, including tips?
You probably pick some up.
I'm leaving my violin home.
Oh.
You say that trip would cost about $3,000 or $4,000?
Yes, and that's with your boat trip first class.
Well, that's reasonable, isn't it? Yes. First class, too. But, of course, Phil, so many of my friends tell me it's much more fun going over second class. I know they say it's more enjoyable.
It's cheaper, too.
Oh, is it? Well, I heard there's very little difference between first and second class.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. That's wrong. For one thing, second class has no swimming pool.
Well, good heavens, Phil, who needs a swimming pool? You got the whole ocean. That's ridiculous. Heaven's sake. It's ridiculous.
Hello, Jack.
Hello, Mary. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. I just want to get it over with.
Oh, I see.
What are you talking about?
My vacation. You know, I was thinking of going to the Orient, but it's so hot there in July, and then Phil suggested Europe, but it's cold there. Gee, I don't know what to do.
So why don't you take a shower? That's hot and cold.
It's a fine way to spend a vacation, taking a bath.
Well, you want to change, don't you?
Well, yes,
but not so radical.
Is that so? Oh, hello, Kenny.
Hello, Jack. Gee, you look all tired out.
Well, why shouldn't I? I've just been all around the world.
You were? How was the coronation?
Oh, keep still.
Gosh, I only ask a foolish question and you get mad.
My error, Kenny. Just excuse me.
Say, Jack, I just thought of something. You know, I know where you can go for a swell vacation.
Where, Don?
Santa Barbara. It's only 90 miles from here, and there's a beautiful hotel right on the ocean.
Say, that's a thought. I understand it's nice and quiet there. I mean, I can get a real rest.
And what a luxurious hotel. You'll love it.
Oh, that's the spot. Don, would it...
Oh, you can get a beautiful room there for $20 a day.
Oh? Say, $20 a day.
So that includes your meals.
But, Don, I'm not hungry. Besides, I hear it gets pretty chilly there on the ocean. You see, I'm susceptible.
What's the matter, Jack?
He's got a cold in his pocketbook.
He must have opened it in the draft.
You mean during the draft, and that was in 1917, folks.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Phil. You got the wrong idea. I just don't know where to spend the summer.
You'll spend it at home if you don't spend some money.
I'm not worried about the money. I'm not worried about anything. I just want to take a vacation, that's all. A vacation.
Well, you can take one right now. I'm going to sing.
Well, go ahead. And for 2 cents, I'd go to Ocean Park.
You must think you're a letter.
Oh, sing, Kenny. He's better than Andy. He really does. That was One Alone from the Desert Song, sung by Kenny Baker. And, Kenny, that was very, very good.
Very, very thanks.
Isn't he silly, Mary?
Very, very.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, going from the very to the sublime, we are going to present as our feature attraction this evening the play which you have been waiting for. In fact, the one that you selected by an overwhelming majority of votes as your favorite. Our new version of Eugene O'Neill's Our Wilderness. You see? Now, I will play the part of the stern old father. Mary will be the stern old mother. And Kenny will be our son who is always stirring up trouble. That's good. See, I ad-libbed that one.
I got it in my script, too.
Copycat.
I had it too, but I rubbed it out.
Kenny, don't be so hypercritical. Never mind, let's go on with our play. Where's Andy Devine?
I rubbed him out too.
Kenny, don't be so hypercritical.
You didn't ad-lib that one.
Never mind, let's go on with our play. Where's Andy Devine?
I rubbed him out too.
Oh, hey, Andy!
Here I am, Buck, and a raring to go.
That's fine. Now, Andy, you can play the role of Kenny's uncle.
Oh, gee whiz, ain't you got no kissing part?
No.
Shucks, and I got my lips all puckered up.
Well, that takes care of the lips, or the cat. I'm sorry I haven't a part for you, Don.
Oh, that's all right. I'll just sit around.
You don't feel hurt about it, do you?
No, I'm just terribly wounded.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You got a right to kick after that first plug you gave her. Now, this play will go on.
Hey, what about me? Am I in this thing or not?
No, Phil, you threw spitballs at me last week, and this is your punishment.
So I haven't got a part in the play, huh?
No, you haven't.
Well, if you hear a knock on the door, watch out.
Now, listen, Phil. We're attempting real art tonight. And if you do one single thing to detract from or mar this drama, as sure as there is a sky above us, I will thrash you to within an inch of your orchestra.
Don't get that close or they'll slug you.
Well, anyway, folks, immediately after the next number, we will take you to that little town of Drop Stitch, Connecticut, and present our modest little masterpiece, Our Wilderness.
Say, Jack.
What?
Do I have to be Kenny's mother?
Yes, I have to be his father, don't I?
That's what I'm complaining about.
Oh. And now we bring you our version of Our Wilderness by that great American playwright, Eugene O'Neill. The locale is a small town in New England not far from Boston, and not near from here, yet quite a ways from Portland, which is certainly close to Hoffa. That's the silliest thing I've said yet. And certainly got nothing. The opening scene is the home of our young hero, where we find his distracted parents waiting for their wayward son. Curtain. Music.
Forrest?
Yes, Teresa.
Where's our son, Wilderness?
He ain't home yet. Last night he got in late, too, and told me he was out playing pool.
Was he?
He must have been. He had red chalk on his lips. Wonder what time it is. Here it is, 17 minutes of 9. And that son of ours still gallivanting around.
Well, don't worry, Pa. He's a good boy and smart, too. He got the biggest marks in school and stood at the head of the class.
Where he got the marks, he had to stand. I tell you, Teresa, I don't know what this younger generation is coming to. On the way home tonight, I actually saw a young couple holding hands before it got dark.
What's the matter with that?
When I was young, boys never thought of doing the things they do today.
That's why they didn't do them.
I never thought of that.
You know, Pa, I've been thinking. You really got to talk to Wilderness and tell him the facts of life. He's going on 29.
When I was his age, I was wearing long pants.
About time he had them pressed.
Well, I guess you're right, Mo. That boy of ours ain't a child anymore. Has he got a shaving mug?
Yep, but he never shaves it. You know, Pa, I have suspicions for a long time he's raising a beard.
Well, if we can trick him into washing his face, we'll find out. I wonder what time it is. 9:14, and he ain't home yet.
I put a lamp in the window. The window is clean.
Confound that boy.
Who's there? Paul Revere, the British are coming.
That was over 100 years ago.
I told my horse that, but he talked me out of it.
I must be riding pompoon. Well, Teresa, you better get to bed. I'll wait up and talk to Wilderness.
I'll wait up, too. We may have to gang up on him.
That's right. Who's that?
Forrest! Oh, Forrest!
What is it, Uncle Ferncliff?
I got bad news for you. You know that Thompson gal who wears high heels and puts ketchup on her fingernails?
You mean Annabelle Thompson?
That's the filly!
Well, what about her? What about her?
Forrest, that son of yours has been writing her letters.
My son writing her letters? I don't believe it.
That's Ripley's worry.
Quiet. Be careful what you say, Ferncliff.
I found one of them letters, and here it is.
You did, eh? Well, read it. Read it.
It says, Dear Annabelle.
Wait. I can tell from them words. This ain't going to be fit for no woman's ears. Leave the room, Teresa.
Give me that letter, and you leave the room.
Read on, Ferncliff. I've got to know.
It says...
I got to know what's in it.
Well, it says, Dear Annabelle, roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. Yours truly, Wildernut.
My son wrote that. Let me see that letter, Ferncliff.
Here you be.
I wouldn't have minded it so much, except for those last 4 words. And so are you. That's a going too far.
Now, don't be too hasty, Forrest. Maybe he wasn't himself when he wrote it.
He must have been. Every word is misspelled.
Yeah. Yeah, he's only got one G in sugar.
Here comes our boy now. Forrest, you must talk to him.
Aw, Father. Aw, Mother.
Aw, Wilderness.
That's the title of the play, folks.
Shut up. Wilderness, do you realize what time it is?
9:36.
Exactly. You had your mother all upset. Why, she was a-walking up and down in her bare feet with tears in her eyes. And why?
There were tacks on the floor.
Good heavens, is there a tax on that, too?
Yep, and it ain't amusement.
Wilderness, Uncle Ferncliff found a love letter you wrote to Annabelle Thompson. What do you say to that?
Oh, gingerbread.
What's your language, son? Did you have a drink before you came home?
Yes, Father, a malted milk.
A malted milk, eh? Was there an egg in it?
Well, I...
Answer me, son! Was there an egg in it?
Yes, Father.
Oh.
Forrest!
Control yourself.
That's the last straw.
But I couldn't help it, Father. I couldn't help it. I was driven to it.
I don't care how you got there. There's no excuse.
Oh, Pa, you don't know the aches of a lonely heart. I asked Annabelle for her hand, and she told me to go jump in the lake.
Did your son?
Yes, but it wasn't there.
You better be careful, my boy. I knew many gals when I was a young man. Oh, but your mother was different.
Yeah, she got hooked.
I know how you feel, son. When I first proposed to your ma, she turned me down. Then I felt so bad I drank a glass of iodine.
Was there an egg in it?
Leave the room, Teresa. I'm going to have a talk with Wilderness about the facts of life.
I hope you learned something.
Come here, son. You're going on 29 and approaching manhood. And there are a few things you ought to know.
What is it, Dad?
Wait a minute. Ferncliff, lock the door. Shut the window and close the transom.
Okay, shall I turn off the steam?
That's my asthma.
How did they shut that off?
Now, First, Wilderness, I'm going to read you that letter you wrote to Annabelle Thompson.
Oh, Dad.
Dear Annabelle, roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you.
Gosh, did I write that?
It wasn't Eugene O'Neill.
I'll handle this, Ferncliff. Ah, Wilderness, tell me, how would you feel if you got a letter like that?
I don't know, Dad, but I can find out.
How?
I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter.
Write yourself a letter, son?
And make believe it came from you.
Can't you hear me calling when the leaves are gently falling?
I'm gonna say things oh so sweet.
Yeah, man.
That will knock me off my feet.
Where's my tab?
With kisses at the bottom.
Gee, I'm glad I got 'em.
I'm gonna write and say I hope you're feeling better.
Lady, you're a fascinating baby.
And close with love the way you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter.
Pretty baby.
And make believe it came from you. Shot!
Are you going to take an encore, son?
No, Father.
Then sit down while I tell you the facts of life.
You mind if I leave, Forrest? I heard him.
You can go, Ferncliff.
Wilderness, you listen to your pappy and stay away from gals like that Annabelle Thompson. She ain't fit for a nice boy like you. Goodbye.
Your Uncle Ferncliff is right, Wilderness. She ain't your type.
She'll do till my type comes along.
Wilderness, you must forget that gal. I know it ain't going to be easy at first, but someday you're going to thank me.
But I love her, Father.
Oh, pshaw. There are plenty of other pebbles on the beach.
Gee, how can you neck a pebble? Anyway, Father, I love Annabelle. And if I can't marry her, I don't want to live. I'll kiss myself.
That's kill, you dope. Calm down, son. Do you really feel that way about Annabelle?
Yes, Father, I do.
And you can't live without her?
No, Pater.
And I ain't a-going to stand in the way. I may be wrong about Annabelle, but if she is the gal of your dreams, go to her, my boy. Go to her.
But I fear it's too late.
It's never too late. I'll fix it up for you, son. I'll call her on the telephone right now. What's her number, my boy?
Spruce 333.
Did you hear that, operator? Well, get it. Don't worry, son. I'll arrange everything, and I ain't going to stand in the way of your happiness. Hello? Hello, is this Annabelle Thompson's house?
Sure is. Hiya, Buck.
Why, Uncle Ferncliff, what are you doing at Annabelle's house? She ain't your gal.
I told her that, but she talked me out of it.
Oh, blame. And we'll be with you again next Sunday night at the same time. I hope you all liked our play, Our Wilderness.
Jack, I must compliment you. You did a wonderful job of acting. You really surprised me.
Well, Don, I really surprised myself. I hope some picture producers were listening in.
If they were, they heard a remarkable performance.
I didn't like it.
Oh, I knew you wouldn't, Phil. You're just jealous because you weren't in it.
I was in it, and I'm not jealous.
Well, Kenny, you gave a sterling performance.
Is that so? I was as mediocre as you were.
Well, never mind. Huh?
Oh, Jack.
What?
A wire just came in from Eugene O'Neill.
Oh, what does he say?
Jack Benny, NBC Studio, Hollywood. Just heard your version of my play, All Wilderness. All me.
Well, that's the last time I'll ever do one of his plays.
That's in the wire, too.
Good night, folks.
The Jell-O program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us hail the return of the man who last week was flat on his back, but is now standing here flat on his feet, Jack Benny.
Jell-O again. This is Jack Benny, remember? The fellow who wasn't here last Sunday? And I want to tell you something, Don. It's a good thing I've got flat feet. Because I'm still pretty shaky, and I'd probably topple right over if they weren't.
Oh, come on now, Jack. You weren't so terribly sick.
I wasn't, eh? That's all you know about it. As it happens, I was critically ill.
Well, I didn't see any headlines in the papers about it.
Well, that's not my fault. I phoned them all. Next time, I'll take out an ad.
Well, Jack, you certainly look rested after a whole week in bed. Did you get much sleep?
Don, how could I sleep with 12 flu germs playing bingo on my chest all night?
Playing bingo, eh?
Yes. I didn't mind that so much, but when they asked me to call out the numbers, I thought that was going too far. I'm still pretty weak.
Well, you certainly don't look it, Jack. You're the picture of health.
Now, that's silly, Don. Take a look at my tongue.
I don't see anything unusual. It's just a common, ordinary tongue.
Oh, it is, eh? Well, then I'm glad I stuck it out at you. You're just jealous because I look like Dracula.
All right. If it'll make you any happier, you look lousy.
Now you're talking. I'm glad you woke up.
Pardon me, Mr. Benny. It's time for your pill.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Don, I want you to meet Dr. Baldy. I'm still under his care.
How do you do, Doctor?
You could stand dieting, young man.
Oh. You see, Don, his mind is always on his work. My nurse is here, too. She's waiting out in the hall.
Why don't you have her come in?
Oh, no, not with these orchestra boys around. They're wolves in rented clothing.
Hello, Jack. I'm glad to see you back again.
Oh, hello, Mary. Thanks. Gee, I sure had a tough time this past week. Gee, don't I look awful?
I'll say you're as pale as a goat.
Goat? You mean pale as a ghost?
Well, this goat is dead.
Oh, a goat ghost. Well, that was fast thinking.
What?
I say that was fast thinking.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the goat.
Well, I wasn't. And Mary, I want to thank you for those lovely roses you sent me. They were beautiful.
Were they?
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen a third of a dozen. But, Mary, I did notice that the roses were quite limp and droopy there. What happened?
I knew you were sick, so I boiled them.
Well, it's a good idea. You can't be too careful, you know. Oh, hello, Kenny.
Hello, Jack. Gee, you look so laurel and hearty.
That's hale and hearty, but let it go.
Oh, that's all right.
The next time I'm sick, don't wire congratulations.
Well, it worked on Mother's Day.
Well, let's not get involved in that, you know.
Mr. Benny, it's time for your medicine again.
Oh, yes, Doctor, yes.
Now, first you take this red pill, and then you follow it with this white one.
Two of them this time. I say, what's the white pill for?
In case the red one is poison.
Well, that's thoughtful. Isn't he an unusual doctor, Mary?
Yeah, what do you take in case of him?
I wish I knew.
Say, Jack, is that girl out in the hall your nurse?
Who do you mean?
That pretty blonde with a white uniform and Phil Harris around her neck.
Oh, where'd you see her?
Oh, out in the hall around Phil Harris's neck.
I thought you said Phil was around her neck.
Oh, they're all mixed up.
Oh, so that's why Phil sneaked out of here. I got a good mind to go out there and put him in his place.
Oh, Jack, you're up on your feet now. Why don't you stay that way?
Yes, maybe I better wait till I'm myself again, you know. Oh, it's you.
Hiya, Jack, old boy. Glad to see you back again.
Thanks. What are you doing out in the hall there, Phil?
Well, I wasn't feeling so good, so I had your nurse take my temperature.
You did, eh? Well, wipe it off your lips. Well, what's that you got in your hand?
She wrote me out a prescription.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
Hillside 5027.
Get me a bottle of that, too. Anyway, it's time for you to play a number, so get ready.
Okay.
And another thing, this nurse is here to take care of me, so please stay away from her.
I got a temperature, too.
Quiet, Kenny. Play, Phil. Oh, nursey, nursey. Oh, toot. That was Blue Lou, played by Phil Harris, and my nurse, or his orchestra. And incidentally, Phil, I listened to you last Sunday when I was home, and your specialty was very good. I didn't know it was in you.
Thanks, my little buckaroo.
Well.
Did you hear me too, Jack?
Of course I did, Kenny. I thought you did a swell job.
Believe me, I was all in. I had to sing 3 songs.
Oh, what a strain. 3 songs in 1 week. I don't see how you did it.
I bet it'll tell on me when I get older.
Oh, no doubt. Say, Mary, that reminds me. Why didn't you work last Sunday?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't feeling so good. I had fever and chills and pains and a headache.
Oh.
So we all went to the Trocadero.
It's been quite a party, huh?
Yeah, with some stuff.
Mr. Benny, it's time for another pill.
Oh, yes, Doctor, yes.
Here you are, a pretty blue one.
Hey, wait a minute. This is a button.
Oh, goody. I've been looking for that all week.
Oh, answer the phone, Mary. If that's my father, tell him it's in the mail.
Okay. Hello? Yes? Oh, hello, Mama.
Oh, it's her again.
Yes? Yes, Mama, yours is in the mail, too. What? Oh, Jack is feeling much better. No, Mama, I won't get too close to him.
You think I had measles or something?
Yes, Mama, Jack's going to take a vacation in a few weeks. We all are. What? No. No. No, Mama, you can't. That's impossible.
What does she want, Mary?
Mama wants to take over the summer show.
Tell her no. I'll never be able to follow her.
Oh, Mama, he says he'll never be able to follow you. What?
What are you laughing at?
She says you won't even be able to follow this phone call.
Oh, matching wits, huh?
Well, goodbye, Mama. Thanks for calling. I'll write you a letter tomorrow. What? Oh, that's too bad. Well, goodbye. Isn't that awful, Jack? I won't be able to write letters home anymore.
Why not?
Papa's raising pigeons in the mailbox.
Well, send her my dove. Or my love. And now, folks, that very... about the worst gag I've ever pulled, I think. And now, folks, that Mary's mother has had her little fling. Kenny Baker will sing... what are you going to sing, Kenny?
Oh, I'll think of something.
Well, think, Kenny. Play, boys. Kenny Baker singing Was It Rain from the hit Parade. And, Kenny, I must tell you, last Sunday I heard you sing that number you wrote. What's the name of it again?
You Are My Love.
That's it. It was beautiful. I'll have to play it on my violin sometime.
Oh, Jack, it's my first song.
Well?
Let her grow up before you kill it.
You two have a lot of respect for an invalid. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction this evening, for our dramatic Sacco, we are going to present an original mystery melodrama, a thrilling and blood-curdling adventure entitled Death at Midnight, or the Murder Case. Now, I will play the part of Detective O'Benny, who always gets his man. Phil Harris will be my assistant.
Who always gets your girl.
Quiet. Now, as this is a murder mystery, Mary Livingston will be the wife of the murderee. And Kenny Baker will be the victim.
Oh, gee, there's no future in that.
I'm going to be your wife. What have I got?
Please. And last but not thinnest is Don Wilson, who will be the butler. However, before presenting our mystery, folks, let me give you a brief synopsis of what has happened up to now. On the night of May 3rd, A.D., after dinner, Mr. J. Wellington Crotsmere...
Wellington yet.
A social lion was found murdered in his den. At the time of the murder, his wife was in the room reading a copy of Live Alone and Like It, which may have thrown her a thought. The victim was playing solitaire when suddenly he was interrupted by a lead kibitzer. Now, who committed this crime? Was it the butler?
I didn't do it, I tell you. I didn't do it.
Was it the French maid?
Ooh la la! Viva la corpse!
Was it Bing Crosby? No, but he mentioned my name last week. And now the wife, Mrs. Crossmere. Did you kill your husband?
I hated him. I loathed him. I despised him. So that night I...
Stop! We can't give it away now, folks. But this mystery will go on immediately after the next number. Play, Phil, and make it snappy. Our listeners must be on the edge of their seats. Don't fall off, folks. Can't Run Away from Love, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for our mystery play, Murder at Midnight, or When My Dreamboat Comes Home. The opening scene is the office of Detective O'Benny at police headquarters. Curtain. Phone call. I mean music. Ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Hello? Police headquarters.
Let me talk to Detective O'Benny.
That's me. What is it?
My name is J. Wellington Krutzmere.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that. What's on your mind?
I got a hunch I'm going to be murdered.
What makes you think so?
My wife is always pointing a gun at me.
Well, when she pulls the trigger, let me know.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Anything wrong, Cap?
Oh, some fella thinks he's going to be murdered.
Is he?
I hope not. The boys are delivering beer in the patrol wagon. Hello? Detective O'Benny speaking.
This is Mrs. Crossmere. Were you just talking to my husband?
Yes, nice chap.
He sure was.
What do you mean?
Come over at once. I think he's been shot.
Your husband shot? What makes you think so?
He's laying on the floor, and there's an extra buttonhole in his shirt.
There is, eh? Well, I'll be right over. And don't make any more buttonholes till I get there.
Okay, Cap, bring some White Rock.
Right. Goodbye.
What happened, Cap?
Crotsmere was right.
So was Barnum.
Yes, and they're both dead. Well, we got to do something about that. You take Barnum, and I'll take Crotsmere.
No, you take Barnum, and I'll take Crotsmere. Barnum, Crotsmere, Crotsmere, Barnum. Let's call the whole thing off.
No, we can't do that. We got to get over there at once and investigate. Follow me, Harris.
Righto, Cap.
Take care of the office, Lieutenant.
Okay.
Come on, Sarge. Let's go.
Better take your pill first, Mr. Benny.
Oh, all right, Doc. Come on, Sarge. We're off. Cap O'Benny rides again. Well, here we are, Sarge. This is the place, all right. Open up in the name of the law.
This is police headquarters.
Doggone it, I forgot to release the brake. Well, let's try again. This must be the place, Sarge.
It better be. We're out of gas.
Open up. Come on, open the door. I'll break it down.
Well, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, eh? Make a note of that, Sarge.
Okay, Cap.
You're the butler, aren't you?
How do you know?
Your uniform is a dead giveaway. Now, come on, you. Where's the body?
You mean Mr. Crotsmere's?
Yes.
Why, he's right there on the floor.
Thanks. Follow me, Sarge.
Yeah, man.
Musicians are all alike. Who's this? Wait a minute. Are you Mrs. Crotsmere?
No, I am the maid.
Yeah, what's your name?
Fifi.
Your last name?
Poo-poo.
Pee-pee, poo-poo.
Wee-wee.
Wee-wee? Make a note of that, Sarge.
Woo-woo.
Sergeant. Now, Fifi, bring Mrs. Crotsmere in here.
Here I am, Cap, fit as a fiddle and ready for a new husband.
Oh, yeah? I want to talk to you, madam.
Go ahead, Blue Coat. Take a load off your feet and sit down.
Thanks. Ouch!
What's the matter, Cap?
I've been looking for that badge all day.
Oh.
Now, Mrs. Crotsmere, where were you at the time of the murder?
In back of the gun, minding my own business.
So you did have a gun, eh?
Yes.
Where'd you buy the bullets?
At Bullock's Wilshire.
That's a local gag, folks, but it fits. Now, listen, Mrs. Crossmere. I want the whole story from you right from the start, and I want the truth. Get it, the truth.
Okay, Bloodhound. My husband and I were sitting in the den. He was behind his desk cleaning his pipe.
Yes, go on.
When suddenly a shot rang out. I looked toward the window, and there I saw...
Now, go ahead, Mrs. Crossmere. What did you see?
Well, I looked out of the window, and there in the moonlight I saw shadows running across the lawn.
Oh, moonlight and shadows, eh? Must have been making a dash for the hit parade. Make a note of that, Sarge.
Ain't worth it.
And then what happened, Mrs. Crossmere?
I screamed and fired 2 shots.
2 shots, eh? I thought you were lying. Now listen, gal, you're coming with me. And what's more, you're coming without a struggle.
I never struggled yet, big boy.
Then slap the bracelets on her, Sarge. Now let's go. Now wait a minute. Hold everything. No one move. Come in.
It's time for another pill, Mr. Benny.
I haven't got time for that, Doc. Now get out of here. Come on, Sarge, and take Mrs. Crossmere with you. What was that? Look, Sarge. Someone threw a stone through the window.
Yes, Captain, there's a note tied around it.
A note, eh? What does it say?
Hillside 5027.
That nurse again. She sure gets around. Come on, let's go. Wait a minute, Sarge. Wait a minute, there's the phone. Maybe it's a clue. I'll take it. Hello? Yes? Yes? What? Who? Cactus Face?
Cactus Face?
Doggone it, we got the wrong last page. What'll I do now?
This will be concluded next Sunday night. Will the murder be solved? Will they find the right page? Will Jack's doctor run out of pills? Listen in next Sunday night and find out. Play Pill.
And next Sunday night, when we will finish our thrilling mystery. So be sure and listen in. Come on, Mary, you going home?
Take my handcuffs off first.
Oh, yes, that's right. Good night, folks.
The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the man who has thrown away his medicine, hot water bottle, and doctor's bills, Jack Benny.
Jell-O again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, I want to tell you something. I may be okay physically, but mentally I'm a mess. Tonight I'm so nervous that I don't know what I'm doing. Where's Phil?
He didn't get here yet. Why?
Thank heaven.
What's the matter, Jack? What's wrong?
Don, you know that beautiful diamond wristwatch Phil gave me for Christmas?
Yes?
Well, I lost it.
Lost it?
Yes, and I just can't bear to face Phil without it. If he comes in and asks me what time it is, I'll swoon.
Now, Jack, don't get excited. There must be some way to find it. When did you last wash your hands?
Oh, I've had the watch since then. Gee, I miss it. I used to get so much exercise winding it, you know?
Oh, it'll turn up. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. Look at my fingernails. Look at them.
I don't see any.
Of course not. They're home on the floor. I tell you, Don, I'm a wreck. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello.
Mary, did you put that ad in the paper for my watch like I told you to?
Yes, Jack, I brought you a copy of it.
What does it say?
It says, notice, Jack Benny's watch, lost, straight, or hot.
Hot?
When last seen was wearing a wrist.
Well, Mary, you should have put in a description of it.
I did. Here it is. Large mole on minute hand and face needs washing.
It's a fine description.
Finder, please return to.
Return to where?
That's all the money I had.
Well, it's a lucky thing I had my name on it. I only hope I get the watch back before Phil gets here.
Jack, don't let it prey on your mind. Come on now, let's change the subject.
That's a good idea. Say, Mary, have you started your watch? Have you started your picture for Paramount yet?
Oh, sure. I've been on it a whole week now, and I'm getting the biggest kick out of it.
Well, I can imagine. You know, Don, this is her first picture. It's called This Way, Please.
Well, good luck to you, Mary.
Thanks, Don. Same to me.
How's the script, Mary? Have you got a good part?
Oh, Jack, you should see the director. He's tall, dark, and has the most adorable accent.
I know, Mary, but what about your lines? Your part in the picture.
And the cameraman. Has he got the duckiest dimples?
The duckiest?
Yeah, he had me behind the camera all day yesterday.
Well, how can you make pictures behind the camera?
Who cares? He's cute.
Well, you certainly get around. I bet you even met the janitor.
I'll say. Brown eyes, baggy pants, and the blondest broom.
All right, Mary, that's enough.
Hey, Jack.
What?
Have you forgotten about your watch yet?
Hey, what are you trying to do, anyway? See, now I'm all upset again. Oop, I'll bet that's Phil now.
You can't kid me. It's Kenny Baker.
Oh, hello, Kenny.
Hello. What's the matter with you, Jack? You look so calm and excited.
Well, you're half right, and that's a record for you.
What happened?
Well, if you must know, Kenny, I lost that beautiful wristwatch Phil gave me for Christmas, and I can't find it anywhere.
Did you look on your wrist?
Yes, Kenny, I did, and it's not there.
Well, maybe it's lost.
Yes, Kenny, that's the idea. I lost my watch, and I don't know where to look for it.
Gee, if it was a collar button, you could look under the dresser.
Oh, I could, huh?
Yeah, and if you were an old maid, you could look under the bed.
Well, I won't even answer that.
Jack, your watch will turn up. Now take it easy.
Gee, if that's Phil Harris, I'll die. Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
I understand you lost a very valuable diamond wristwatch.
Yes, I did. Have you seen it?
Not lately. Goodbye.
Very good, boys. Very good, especially without your leader. Say, Don, while the boys were playing, did anyone come in or call about the watch?
No, and stop worrying about it, Jack. You're too sensitive.
Well, of course I'm sensitive.
Yeah, Jack wouldn't even bait a fishhook without giving the worm ether.
Well, I certainly wouldn't. Believe me. Do you ever notice the look in a worm's eyes when you're about to put him on the hook? He just seems to say, take it easy, bud, not through the vertebrae. People don't realize it.
You know, Jack, I had a pet worm once. Gee, I miss him.
A pet worm? What happened to him?
He ran away with an apple.
Oh. Well, that's the trouble with worms. You can't trust them.
I never saw one yet that wouldn't turn on you.
Ain't it the truth? But they're smart, though. You know, I knew a worm once that used to get up late just to fool the early bird.
Well, maybe he didn't know about daylight saving time.
Oh, yes, he did, Don. Yes, he did. You'd be surprised how clever those little fellows are. They might wiggle around like they're doing nothing, but believe me, they're thinking all the time. Yes, sir. Answer the phone, Mary. Maybe it's news about the watch, will you?
Okay. Hello? Yes? Yes? Yes, he did.
Mary, what is it?
Yes? Oh, yes, he'll be very happy. That's all that's on his mind.
What a relief.
He's right here.
Yeah.
It's for you, Don.
Telegram for Jack Benny.
Hey, maybe that's good news about the watch. See who it's from, Mary.
Here, boy.
Yeah, I hope it's...
Jack is from your father.
Oh, Dad, huh? What does he say?
Dear son, is your watch insured or should I worry too?
Good old Dad, always so practical. You know?
Say, Jack, I just happened to think of something. Let me see. Were you in any restaurants yesterday where you might have left your watch?
You're blushing, Don. What did you ask me? What did you ask me?
I asked you, Jack, if you were at any restaurants yesterday where you might have left your watch.
Don, I always have enough money to pay my check.
Well, I mean, where you could have mislaid it.
Well, let's see. I had lunch at the Biltmore and dinner at the Ambassador. Come in.
Pardon me, does Mr. Jack Benny broadcast from here?
Yes, I'm Jack Benny. What is it?
Did you possess something yesterday that you unpossesses today?
Yes, my diamond wristwatch. What do you know about it?
Nothing except I found it.
You did?
Oh, that's swell. Now, Jack, you get the watch back.
Well, hey, that's a load off of my mind. Give it to me.
Now, wait a minute, son. Wait a minute. First, we's going to have a financial skirmish.
Oh, naturally, a reward. A reward, yes. Now, what would you consider a fair amount?
Well, you just shout out some figures and I'll hop on one.
Okay, now, let me see. Shall we say $10?
Inflate that.
Well, maybe I can do a little better. Suppose I make it 12 and a half.
Whee! Listen to them fractions.
Well, look, what do you say to $15? Is 15 okay?
Confidentially,
Now, hold on. You don't own the watch. You just found it.
I got it, ain't I?
Oh, Jack, you were so anxious to get the watch back. Why don't you give him what he wants?
All right. How much do you want?
Well, $50 would make tomorrow Christmas.
All right. I'll give you $50. There goes my vacation, folks. I'll make you out a check right now.
You ain't gonna give me no check.
Now, let's not argue about it. I'll give you cash.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till I open my pocketbook. I'll have to oil that.
Oh, look. A butterfly flew out of Jack's pocketbook.
That's a moth.
All right, young man. Here's your money.
Thank you, sir. Here's your watch.
Oh, boy.
Oh, by the way, young fella, where did you find Mr. Benny's watch?
In a restaurant.
Oh, yes, the Ambassador.
No, sir. This was the Acme hot dog parlor.
That's right. I stopped there on my way to the Ambassador. I went in to get a cigar.
You was eating when I seen you.
I was not.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, young man, and thanks very much for finding my watch. You know, you must be pretty good at finding things.
I don't know about that. I never did find Albuquerque.
Oh, it's you! $50.05 for a hot dog. Oh, well, as long as I got my watch back. And now, ladies and gentlemen...
Jack, here comes Phil.
Oh, well, remember, everybody, not a word about the watch. I don't want him to know what happened. Hello, Phil.
Hello, Jack. I'm terribly sorry I'm late. I overslept and I had a flat tire.
At the same time? Well. But it's all right, Phil. That can happen to anybody.
Gee, aren't you mad?
No. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you're late.
Say, what is this anyway?
Don't tell him, folks.
Oh, Jack, what time is it?
Now, Mary, I told you.
Oh, what's the matter? You got a back, didn't you?
Now, cut it out.
What's all the excitement, Jack?
Well, I hate to break it to you, Phil, but the cat's out of the bag. I may as well tell you. I lost the watch.
What watch?
What watch? The watch you gave me for Christmas. But I got it back.
Oh, that's good. Hello, Kenny.
Hello.
And after the way I worried. Oh, well, on with the show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our dramatic offering tonight, our pièce de resisting, we will attempt to solve the baffling mystery which we began last week entitled Death at Midnight. Once again, I will be Captain O'Benny, as fearless a bloodhound as ever sniffed a clue. Phil Harris will be my assistant sniffer. And Mary Livingston will be Mrs. Crotsmere, who was suspected of murdering her husband, played by Kenny Baker.
You bore me, Blue Coat. Watch out or I'll drill you. I'm practicing my part, folks.
I see. Kenny, why are you laying down on the floor?
I'm practicing my part, too.
Well, don't get stepped on.
I won't. I got a red lantern on my chest.
Oh. And now for our play, Death at Midnight, or Can't You Hear Me Calling, Caroline. As you may remember, last week, Mr. J. Wellington Crotsmere was found murdered in his den. His wife was in the room at the time, but claimed she had nothing to do with it. Captain O'Benny was called in, but up to now he was unable to get anywhere with the crime or Mrs. Crotsmere. The latter causing him considerable annoyance. As the scene opens, we find Detective O'Benny and Sergeant Harris at police headquarters. Curtain. Music.
that the phone, Cap?
It ain't the good humor, man. I'll answer it. Hello? Police headquarters. Captain O'Benny speaking.
Help! Help! Come over at once. I'm going to be murdered.
Get away from that phone or I'll let you have it.
All right, goodbye.
What's wrong, Cap?
Oh, some family spat. We got to settle this Croxmere case first.
Anything new on it?
No, but I got a hunch there's a man in the case. You know that saying, cherchez la femme. Hello, police headquarters.
Hello, Cappy. This is Mrs. Crossmere.
Yes?
Why don't you come over and investigate my husband's murder?
It's no use. I can't find any evidence.
Well, drop in anyway. I'm lonesome.
Okay.
Do you like tea?
Yes.
Well, have a cup and come over.
I'll be right there. Come on, Sarge. We got to get over to Mrs. Croxmere's right away. I think she's guilty and ready to crack. Where's my gun?
In your coat.
Where's my handcuffs?
In your vest.
Where am I?
In your pants.
Fine. And we're all set. Let's go. Here's the place, Sarge. Come on, open up.
Entrez, monsieur.
Hello, Fifi. Where's Mrs. Croxmere?
Elle est dans la chambre. À côté, elle est sur repos.
Oh, qu'est-ce que c'est, huh? I thought so. Make a note of that, Sarge.
Voulez-vous?
Now listen, Fee.
My name is Fifi.
Well, I'm in a hurry. You get Mrs. Croxmere down here, toot sweetie.
Okay, Toots. Here she comes now.
Good evening, gents. What's all the commotion?
Oh, hello, Mrs. Croxmere. I'm here to find out who killed your husband.
Oh, let's not talk shop, Skippy. Come over here on the sofa and sit down.
None of that, Mrs. Croxmere. None of that. I represent the long arm of the law.
Well, put it around me and relax.
I haven't got time for that.
I have.
Woo-hoo!
Sergeant, aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Not yet.
Oh. Now, listen, Mrs. Croxmere. Your husband was murdered, and as long as you won't talk, you were the only one at the room at the time. There's only one way to solve this. We'll reenact the crime.
You mean I'll have to shoot him again?
Quiet. I'll find out my own way. Go get your gas.
I got my gas.
What?
I got my gas.
Good. Then let's let's get going. I'll be Mr. Croxmere, and you stand over there and fire at me.
But, Cap, she's liable to kill you.
Don't worry. Go ahead and shoot, Mrs. Croxmere. I got my bulletproof vest on.
Okay.
Ouch! Doggone, I forgot to button it. Make a note of that, Sarge.
1, 2, button your vest.
Now I'm going to get to the bottom of this, Mrs. Croxmere. You murdered your husband, you might as well admit it.
I told you I bumped him off.
Don't evade the question. Come clean now.
All right, then, I didn't do it.
That's a lie! Now, listen, you.
Oh, nuts. I'm going home.
Lay down, Kenny.
Death takes a holiday.
Come on, sister. No wisecracks. Hey, Sarge.
Yeah, Cap?
Let's give her one more chance to confess. If she don't do it this time, we'll give her the 3rd degree. Do you know anything about this, Mr. Croxmere?
What are you torturing me for, Cap? I told you I killed him, didn't I? I couldn't stand it any longer, so I shot him. I shot him dead.
I knew you'd break down. And why did you murder your husband?
I killed him because I loved him.
You loved your husband?
No, the Iceman.
Oh, so that's it, eh? Why didn't you kill the Iceman?
Wait till you look in the icebox.
That's all I want to know. Slap the bracelets on her, Sarge, and let's go. Wait a minute. Hold everything. No one move. Come in.
Pardon me, but I'm looking for a guy by the name of Jack Benny.
I'm Jack Benny, but you'll have to wait. I'm right in the middle of a play.
Well, I don't know anything about that. Have you got a diamond wristwatch with a platinum band?
Yes. Phil Harris gave it to me for a present last Christmas.
That's the one. Hand it over.
Now, wait a minute. Who are you?
I'm from the credit jewelry store, and the payments on that watch haven't been kept up.
Oh, when was the last payment made?
A week after Christmas. Now, come on, give me that watch.
Hey, wait a minute. Oh, Phil!
Good night, folks.
Phil!
Come on, give me that watch.
Well, here it is. Of all the cheap, low, four-flushing
You better play, boys.
By the most contemptible, humiliating thing I've ever heard of to give me a watch for Christmas. With you again next Sunday night at the same time. Of course, I'll have to guess at the time.
Say, Jack.
What?
Don't worry about the watch.
Oh, it isn't the watch, Mary. It's the principle of the thing. Besides, I gave that fella $50 for finding it. That Phil Harris, of all the mean, deceitful, false friends that
good night, folks.
I've ever...
The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you a man who looks twice as good as ever before, but oh, how he looked before, Jack Benny.
Yes, sir. Jell-O again. This is Jack Benny talking, and thanks, Don. Thanks very much for the compliment. If it was.
Well, Jack, I couldn't help observing how rapidly you've improved since your illness. Really, it's amazing.
Oh, there's nothing unusual about it, Don. We Bennys are a sturdy family. You know, very unlollipoppy.
Oh, yes, Jack, you certainly are the picture of health.
I feel good, too, and you know what's been doing it, don't you? Plenty of fresh air and exercise.
Well, that's news to me. Do you really go in for exercise?
Oh, passionately. Why, I'm on my third rowing machine. By the way, Don, where are the next Olympic Games?
In Japan in 1940.
Gee, I wish they were sooner.
You know, Jack, I had no idea you were such an athlete.
Oh, yes.
Well, tell me, Jack, just what is your formula in the pursuit of muscular stimulation?
Well, what was that, Don?
I say, what do you do for exercise?
Oh. Well, Don, the first thing in the morning, I fling back the covers and jump out of bed. Then I do my breathing exercises.
What's that?
I smell my breakfast. By that time, I'm ready for my... Oh, hello, Kenny.
Hello, Jack. What are you fellas talking about?
Exercises that have been building him up.
Oh, exercises. I train her.
You have? What does he do for you, Kenny?
Oh, he takes me for a run through the park, and then he makes me jump through hoops, and after that he makes me balance a ball on my nose.
But, Kenny, you've got an animal trainer.
What?
An animal trainer.
Well, he certainly did wonders for me.
He did, huh?
You should see me bury a bone.
Kenny, you're positively silly.
Oh, yeah? Well, I've got a smart brother, and he's starving to death.
Oh. Well, I surrender. Oh, say, Don, what's the matter with Phil? He's standing over there by himself. Why doesn't he join us?
Well, you know, Jack, he's probably embarrassed about that wristwatch incident last week.
Oh, well, he should be, giving me a watch for Christmas present and not keeping up the payments.
Oh, you should worry.
Yeah, say, what's a watch to me? I can always call up Central and find out what time it is.
Sure.
Of course, I'll look funny walking around with a telephone on my wrist.
Build a booth around it and nobody will see it.
That's right. And I can hang a phone book on my ear. Imagine me walking around with my stomach full of nickels.
Well, if I were you, Jack, I wouldn't be angry at Phil. He didn't mean it.
Oh, I'm not mad at him, Don. I love Phil. But it's the principle of the thing. After all, you know, I've done a lot for that rat.
Well, take it from me, Jack. He feels pretty bad about it.
Bad enough to buy me a new watch?
No.
Oh, hello, Phil. Hello. I didn't see you in back of that fist. How are you?
I'm all right, and I want to tell you, Jack, I'm sorry about that watch.
Oh, forget about it, Phil. You know the old saying, easy come, you can't keep it. You know? Yes, sir.
Hello, Jack. Hello, Don. Hello, Phil. Hello, Kenny.
Hello, Mary.
Hello, Mary.
Hello, Joe.
Joe? Who's Joe?
My uncle, he's listening in.
Oh. Well, Mary, do you notice any change in me? How do I look?
You look swell, Jack. Gee, you're so tan and muscle-bound.
Muscle-bound? Why, Don told me I look better than I ever did.
Oh, Don's full of baloney.
Is that so?
Jack's full of nickels.
Listen, Mary, Don noticed a great improvement in me, and it's because I've been taking a lot of exercise. That's what's doing it.
That's nothing. I exercise, too, every morning.
You do? Well, tell me, Mary. Get this, Don. Tell me, Mary, what is your formula in the pursuit of muscular stimulation?
Do you want a specific retort, or shall I generalize? Toy with that, big boy.
Isn't she clever tonight? I'd give my annuity for a snappy answer. Hello? Yes? It's for you, Mary.
For me?
Mm.
Hello? Yes?
Who is it, Mary?
Quiet, nosy.
Oh.
Yes, this is Miss Livingston. Oh, hello, Mr. Shower. Yes? Well, I'll try. Hold the line, please. Jack, it's Mr. Shower, my producer at Paramount.
Yeah, what does he want?
He wants me to come over to the studio right away and shoot an important scene. Can I go?
Well, yes, if it's important, Mary.
Thanks. Hello, Mr. Shower? It's okay, Toots. I'll be right over. So long.
Toots?
That's his first name.
His first name is Melville.
Well, his secretary calls him Toots.
Oh. Well, you better run along, Mary. After all, it's your first picture. Well, run along, Mary, and good luck on your picture.
So long, Mary.
Goodbye. Say, Jack.
What?
I just thought of something very funny.
What is it? Well, come on now, tell me. What is it?
Oh, no, I'm saving it for my picture.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Gee, I can hardly wait to see it. Play, Phil. That was They All Laugh from Shall We Dance, played by our rollicking rhythm rascals and directed by that eminent American maestro, Mr. Phil I.G. Harris.
Thanks, Jack, but what's the IG for?
Indian giver. Wow! I certainly sprung the trap that time.
You should have been in it.
Hey, I thought you went to Paramount.
I came back for that joke. Goodbye.
Say, Phil, do you think that gag was worth coming back for?
No. And say, Jack, I don't want to harp on this, but I've been feeling kind of low all week. You're not really angry about that watch, are you?
No, Phil, of course not, and don't worry about it. Let me tell you something, Phil. There's something greater than the material things in life. Something beyond and above earthly possessions. And, Phil, I value your friendship more than all the watches in the world.
Jack, you're kidding.
I sure am.
Well, to show you my heart's in the right place, I'll buy you a present next week that'll make up for everything.
Yeah, well, get me something I can nail down. Or at least something I can eat.
All right, I'll get you a plunk steak.
That's plank.
No, it's plunk. I'm going to hit you over the head with it.
Fine friend. Phil, you're the kind of a guy who could split up Damon and Pythias.
Are they still running around together?
I don't know. I missed Winchell's broadcast. I wish somebody would knock on the door or something. What a coincidence. Come in. Well.
Hiya, Buck.
Andy, I'm glad to see you.
Same here.
Say, you're quite a stranger. Haven't been around in almost a month. What happened?
Well, I started down here several times, Buck. Then I thought, there's no use putting on my shoes just for that.
Why? Is that so much trouble?
Well, I don't mind putting them on. It's the buttoning that gets me. Say, I hear you were pretty sick.
Yes, Andy, and I was kind of disappointed that you didn't send me anything.
Well, I was going to send you flowers, but Ma said, better wait and see which way it goes.
Well, I feel all right now. You know, I've been exercising. You ought to try it.
Buck, by the time I get through plowing and chopping wood, I ain't got no time for it.
Oh, naturally.
About the only real exercise I get is helping Ma carry Pa up to bed.
Why, is the old boy that lazy?
Yep, most every night he comes home dead lazy.
I get it, I see.
Say, where's Mary?
I'm over at Paramount working on my picture.
Go away, Mary. What were you saying, Andy?
I said, where's Mary?
Oh, she had to go over to Paramount to work on her picture.
She did? You know, I'm working over there, too. I'm with Bing Crosby.
Oh, you and Bing, huh?
Yeah, say, Buck, do you think 2 crooners in one picture is overdoing it?
No, Andy, no. You and Bing don't sing anything alike.
I don't know. He's coming along pretty fast.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it.
Say, Andy, have you got any cute girls working with you?
Mighty cute, Phil, but they ain't cooperating worth a darn.
They ain't, eh?
Well, maybe they prefer Bing Crosby. After all, he's a ladies' man.
That's what I told you. 2 crooners is too much.
There's something to that, huh?
But there's one thing I can't understand, Buck.
What's that?
Well, if those gals are so stuck on Crosby, why did they let me run out and get them sandwiches all the time?
Well, they must like you, too.
I know, but it gets pretty monotonous hearing them say, oh, honey, to Bing and ham on rye to me.
Well, cheer up, Andy. You may work yourself up to chicken salad. Well, that's pictures for you. You know, I'm starting on one myself pretty soon. It's called Artists and Models.
You got a good part?
Only the leading role, Andy.
Say, Jack, what did you say the name of your picture is?
Artists and Models.
Artists and Models? Why, they've been shooting that for 6 weeks.
They have? Well, I better get over there. Immediately.
Yeah, if you want to get in it.
Say, maybe I better call them up and see about it. What's the number of Paramount, Andy?
Have they got a telephone?
Why, certainly.
Shucks, and I've been sending carrier pigeons.
Give me that phone. Operator, get me the Paramount Studio, Hollywood. I bet they're trying to put something over on me. You know, Andy, I had a hunch that... Hello? I want to speak to Mr. Gensler, please. Yeah. You know, Andy, I had a hunch... Hello, Mr. Gensler? This is Jack Benny. Yeah. Say, what about my picture, Artists and Models? Oh, all right, then what about Artists and Models? Well, I understand you've been shooting it for 6 weeks. When are you going to get to me? I'm not worried. What? Well, don't I come out of the barrel at all? Oh, at the finish. I see. Oh, well, all right, Mr. Gensler. Goodbye.
What'd he say, Buck?
Well, he said he's saving me for the climax of the picture. The important part is right at the end, you know. That's why they have the finale there.
That's a great idea, Jack. They need a fella like you.
Yeah, that's what he said.
No matter how good the picture is, you've got the personality, ability, and magnetism to give it that terrific final punch. You can put it over with a bang.
Phil, you're kidding.
I sure am.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Harris. That's my career you're kicking around.
Yeah.
Well, Buck, I gotta leave you now, Buck. I'm due back at the studio myself.
Say, Andy, I think I'll go along with you. I'm kind of anxious to see how Mary's doing.
Mind if I go along, Jack?
Not at all, Don. You want to join us, Phil?
I'd like to, but who'll lead the orchestra?
Oh, come on. After 37 weeks, they're not going to start looking at you now.
Okay.
Can I come along too, Jack?
No, Kenny. You stay here and do your song. You can join us later. Come on, fellas. So long, Kenny.
Oh, gosh, they all left. Oh, well. What are you going to sing tonight, Kenny? I'm going to sing I Know Now from the Singing Marine. Attaboy, sing, Kenny.
Paramount Studio. Casting office. One moment, please. Paramount Studio. Fred McMurray. I'm sorry, lady. Mr. McMurray can't see you. Well, don't get mad. He can't see me either.
Well, fellas, here we are.
Yeah, I wish I didn't have to work today.
Are you sure we can get in the studio all right, Jack?
Of course we can. I'm not under contract here for nothing.
Don't tell me you get paid.
Now, what do you think? Ha! That'll keep you quiet.
Paramount Studio. Just a moment, please. You're wanted on the set, Mr. Devine.
Thanks.
Get me a ham sandwich first.
Okay, see you later, Buck.
So long, Andy. Well, here's the information desk. I'll find out where Mary is. Oh, young man.
Yes, sir?
I'm Jack Benny. Could you tell me where This Way, Please is shooting?
I could, but what have you ever done for me?
Well, this is the information desk, isn't it?
Say, are you trying to bribe me?
Now, look here, young man. What stage is Mary Livingston working on?
Stage 7.
Thanks. How do I get there?
You can walk, or I'll take your piggyback.
Oh, come on, fellas. We'll find it ourselves. Say, who needs him? Wasn't he a fresh guy?
Hey, Jack! Jack!
Jack, here comes Kenny.
Well, you certainly made it fast. How'd your song go over, Kenny?
You know me, Stuffed Baker.
Well, take a hold of Don's hand. We're on our way over to Mary's. Hey, this is quite a studio, isn't it, Don?
It sure is.
I'll bet you know all the big movie stars here, don't you, Jack?
Most of them, Kenny. After all, I work here. You know, fellas, I'm certainly anxious to see how...
Hey, Jack. Here comes Marlene Dietrich.
Where? Oh, yes. Hello, Marlene. Oh, Miss Dietrich, hello.
That didn't work either.
I guess you didn't recognize me without her makeup on. She's pretty, isn't she? Huh?
She's my dream girl.
Well, wake up and live. Dream girl.
Jack, isn't that Gary Cooper standing over there?
Where? Oh, yes. Hiya, Gary.
Hello, Sam.
Sam. That was my name in my last picture, you know. Well, here's stage 6. We're almost there.
Say, Jack, there's a man that looks just like Abraham Lincoln.
Well, he ought to. It's his statue.
Oh.
Well, here we are, fellas. Stage 7. Follow me in.
Quiet! Quiet on the set!
Yeah, I guess they're ready to shoot.
Oh, boy, look at those chorus girls.
See you later, man. Woo-woo!
Leave it to him. Oh, pardon me, sir. Miss Livingston is working on this set, isn't she?
Yeah, but I wouldn't bother her right now. She's in a very bad mood today. Very temperamental.
Yeah, what's the trouble?
Well, you know how these actresses are.
There she is, Jack.
Oh, yes. Huh?
Miss Livingston. Miss Livingston.
Yes, Mr. Florey.
That's Mary's director.
Try that scene again, and this time give me a little more emotion, please.
Oh, all right, but I'm not a machine, you know.
Just take it easy. Now, quiet, everybody. Quiet!
Quiet! Quiet!
Who, me?
Kenny.
All right, Miss Livingston, make this a good one. Camera up!
We're turning.
Action!
Oh, what is this hollow existence? What is life but a shell? I may have million jests, but what good have they did me? Done me. Oh, darn it.
Cut! What's the matter with you, Miss Livingston?
What's the matter with me? Me? The man stands there and asks me such a stupendous question.
Stupendous.
Pictures. Ah! Cinema. Ah! It's all too revolting.
Gee, I never saw Mary act like that before.
Try it once more, Miss Livingston.
No, I can't. I really can't.
Mary.
I don't feel those lines. I don't feel the part. It ain't me.
Wow.
Now, Miss Livingston, please try and...
I can't work with this crowd staring at me. People! I want to be alone.
Mary, what's the matter with you?
You stay out of this.
But I'm only trying to help Miss Livingston.
I don't need any help. I'm Robert Florey.
Well, I'm Jack Benny.
I'm Kenny Baker.
Quiet!
Quiet!
What are you doing tonight, babe?
Nothing filthy.
Quiet!
Now, Miss Livingston, please control yourself, and let's try that scene again.
All right, but this is the last time.
Now, Mary, get in there and show them what you can do. Put everything into it.
Oh, shut up.
Come on now, this time we're going to get it. Ready? Camera up!
We're turning.
Action! Go ahead, Miss Livingston. Oh, what is this hollow existence?
Oh, what is this hollow existence? What is life but a shell? I may have million jests, but what good has it done me? Money! That can't buy happiness.
Hey, Bert!
Quiet, Andy.
I crave affection. I'm hungry for love. I'm starving. I tell you, starving.
Here I go again for sandwiches.
Make mine salami.
Oh, what is this hollow existence?
Cut! Sardine on toast.
Poached egg on pie.
Quiet!
Quiet!
Roast beef, Andy. We're with you again next Sunday night at the same time. Say, Mary, I'm surprised at you. When I make pictures, I'm not so temperamental.
Neither am I. This was your idea.
Say, Jack, were we really at Paramount tonight?
No, Kenny, the whole thing was only an illusion.
Then I might as well tear up this phone number.
Yes, Bill.
Shucks, do I have to tear up these sandwiches, too?
Quiet!
Good night, folks.
The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this being Father's Day, we bring you Jack Benny.
Jell-O again, this is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, I appreciate your being topical, but what was the idea of connecting me with Father's Day? I mean, what was the inference?
Well, Jack, speaking for the entire cast, we feel that you've helped, guided, and inspired us throughout our long association, so we look up to you now as a father.
Oh, thanks, Don, thanks. For a minute there, I thought you were kidding about my age.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that, Jack.
No.
Why, we all have to reach that rocking chair stage.
Well, old rocking chair ain't got me yet.
No, but you better dust it off.
Don, lay off or Papa spank. Imagine me putting Wilson over my knee. Is there a Derrick in the house? Anyway, Don, it was sweet of you all to regard me as a father on this day. Ah, here comes one of my children now. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Daddy, and I don't mean sugar.
Oh, now, Mary, don't you start kidding, because this is really one day the old man gets a break.
Say, Jack.
What?
Why do they always have Father's Day in the middle of the month?
So he can enjoy his present before he gets the bill. Wow!
By the way, what did you send your father this year?
A check. You know me, Mary. A nice, fat check. What'd you send your dad?
A poem. You can't cash that either.
A poem? Well.
You want to hear it?
No, I don't, and I'm glad I'm not your father.
So is Mama.
Certainly quick on the trigger today. My goodness. Hello, Kenny.
Hello, Pop, and I don't mean soda.
Well, at least you know what day this is. That's a surprise.
It was to me, too.
Hmm.
Say, Jack, I had a heck of a time picking out a present for my father. I didn't know what to get him.
Well, it's just a thought, Kenny. Why didn't you take him out and buy him a nice dinner?
Oh, he hasn't got much of an appetite.
He hasn't, huh? Well, why didn't you buy him a tie?
He hasn't got much of a neck either.
Well, that is a problem. Say, why didn't you get him some handkerchiefs?
He hasn't got a nose, I'll scream.
Gee, I don't know what to get.
Well, give him a sleeping powder, and when he wakes up, it'll be tomorrow. Oh, hello, Phil.
Hello, Jack, and I don't mean what you owe me.
Say, what is this, anyway?
Jack, did you see my act at the Paramount Theater this week?
Why, sure, Phil, and you're doing a swell job. I was there Thursday night with Mary.
We went Thursday afternoon.
Oh, that's right, Thursday afternoon.
It's cheaper then.
Quiet. But I want to tell you, Phil, you're certainly doing great business, considering the hot weather.
Oh, yes, the house has jammed every performance.
And you know, Phil, I like the way they advertise your act in front of the theater.
What does it say?
20 degrees cooler inside.
Oh,
I don't see how you boys can play such hot music in such a cool place.
We got an oil stove in the tuba.
Oh. Why don't you put long underwear on the piano?
I'm wearing that.
Oh, excuse me. Hello? Yes. Speaking. Well, gee, that's great. What time? Oh, sure, I'll be right over. Goodbye. Well, fellas, you'll have to carry on without me.
Why, what's the matter?
I gotta go rush right over at the studio. They finally got to me, and they're shooting my big scene today.
Well, congratulations.
Good luck, Jack.
I better get right over there. So long, fellas.
So long.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Jack. You got to hear my Father's Day poem first.
But, Mary, this is important, too. They're waiting for me.
Let him wait. Dear old Father,
Mary, I gotta
how
go.
I love to sing your praise and to bring you fondest greetings on this day of days of days.
Look, Mary, I've got...
Neckties you get by the score, some are new and some are tore.
Well,
And cigars you get galore, eeny, meeny, miny, more.
Mary, even if this was good, I have to go.
This is the last verse.
Oh,
Happy New Year, dear old father.
New Year?
How'd that get in there?
I don't know.
Happy, happy, dear old father. When you're happy, I am too. So be happy, dear old pappy. Get up and do the Susie Q.
Susie Q? Can I go now?
One more verse.
Oh, no. So long, fellas.
You wouldn't say that, Longfellow. Sing, Kenny.
That was Never in a Million Years from the picture Wake Up and Live, sung by Kenny Baker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will switch you over to Jack Benny's dressing room at the Paramount Studio and see what's going on. Take it away.
Oh, Mr. Westmore.
Yes?
Look, Wally, I don't want to tell you your business, but don't you think you put too much makeup on my cheeks?
Well, I lost my glasses and I can't see a thing without them.
That's too bad.
Why, only this morning I put W.C. Field's nose on Marlene Dietrich.
Oh, well, she'll find out when she sneezes. Gee, I hope I look all right.
Now, let me see. Where did I put that powder puff?
It's in my ear.
Oh, yes, I'm always leaving that around.
Oh, Rochester. Rochester.
Yes, sir, boss.
Did you lay out my full dress suit?
Yes, sir.
Did you?
You mean the one with the red stripes?
No, the black one with the tail. You've been pressing the pants for an hour. Are they done yet?
Yes, sir, they're done to a crisp.
And shine my shoes, too. Oh, Mr. Westmore.
Yes?
I wish you had your glasses. You got too much eyeshadow on my lips. Whoever heard of blue lips?
Don't worry, they'll photograph green.
Green lips, that's fine. If I pucker them up, I'll look like an artichoke. Fine mess.
Now, let me see. Where are my tweezers? Oh, yes, here they are.
What are you going to do, pluck my eyebrows?
No, just loosen them.
Oh.
Hold still now. She loves me.
Ow.
She loves me not.
Ow.
She loves me.
Ow. Hey, is there any other way you can find out? Gee whiz, you think I had pedals.
Now, what's next? Oh, yeah, shall I put on your toupee?
No, I don't think I need one. I have hair enough, haven't I?
Yes, if you're going to play the part of a coconut.
Well, let it go till I see the script, anyway.
Well, I guess that's all. So long.
So long. Hey, that's the window.
It's too late now. Goodbye.
Say, my makeup doesn't look so bad at that. Gee, I wish they'd send for me and get started shooting. Operator, get me Mr. Walsh, the director, on stage 5. Walsh, like in Rarebit. Come in.
Pardon me, Mr. Benny, but did I leave my tweezers hanging in your eyebrow?
Just a minute, I'll look. Oh, yes, here they are. I thought it was an eclipse. Thanks. Gee, what a careless guy. Oh, hello, Mr. Walsh. This is Jack Benny. Are you ready for me yet? Well, Yes, but... Well, I'm not used to being kept waiting, you know. No, I'm not trying to rush you, but I think that... Oh, goodbye. These directors are so independent. Hey, Rochester, are you shining my shoes?
Yes, sir, but this tan polish don't seem to take on patent leather.
Well, keep on. I gotta have them.
Okay, but you better wear long spats.
That's fine. Oh, hello, fellas.
Hi, Jack. Thought we'd come over and see you.
Are you surprised?
Yeah, well, Mary, I'm all ready made up and ready to shoot. How do I look?
You look like a rainbow that got caught in an egg beater.
Well, it's that darn makeup man. He forgot his glasses.
Well, by the way, Jack, what's your picture all about?
Well, Don, the way the story goes, as I understand it, I'm married to Ida Lupino, but Gail Patrick is also in love with me because she thinks that my wife is crazy about Richard Arlen.
I see.
You do? Well, but Richard, you see, whose secretary has been going around with my uncle, is nuts about Ida Lupino's sister, who is infatuated with the yacht club boys. You know, the eternal triangle.
But, Jack, that sounds as though it would be very confusing to an audience.
Well, the whole thing is explained by a big dance number.
Who's going to do the dance, Einstein?
Well, it's not that complicated.
Gee, it's all clear to me.
There, you see?
Well, I can't make head nor tail of it, Jack. What's the name of your picture?
Charlie Chan in a revolving door.
It is not. It's called Artisan Models.
Artisan Models? What's that got to do with it?
Well, you got to give it some title. You can't call it Ham and Cabbage.
Why not?
Because I'm on a diet and shut up. You know, I didn't write the picture.
Well, someone should have.
Oh, poof. Come in.
They're all ready for you, Mr. Benny, on stage 5.
Okay, be right with you. Come on, fellas.
Can we watch you work, Jack?
Sure, the more the merrier. Hey, Rochester, are my shoes ready?
I'm just shining the laces now.
Well, hurry up. They're waiting for me. Hurry on, fellas.
That's when there's a rotten egg.
Quiet on the set, everybody. Now settle down.
Well, I guess they're about ready to shoot. You know, I'm a little nervous today for the first time. Funny, an old trooper like me. You know?
Oh, you'll be all right, Jack. Why don't you sit down and relax?
Oh, I thought I was sitting down. Say, Mary, were you this nervous when you shot your first scene?
Yes, but I was doing a rumba and nobody noticed it.
Oh, I see.
Hey, Jack, look who's here.
Oh, hello, Andy.
Hiya, Buck. Thought I'd come over and watch you work.
Well, I'm glad you did. Gee, it's hot under these lights. I hope my makeup isn't running. How do I look, Andy?
You look like Crosby's horse on a muddy track.
Yeah, I am a little splotchy, ain't I? I don't know what's the matter with me today. I feel kind of faint and dizzy-like.
Why don't you hold your breath and count 10?
Candy, I haven't got the hiccups.
You will in a minute.
I will not. Imagine me kissing Ida Lupino while I'm hiccuping.
I tried it once and caught her right between the eyes.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, it was better than nothing.
Be ready for you in a minute, Mr. Benny.
Okay. Oh, pardon me. Gee, it's all your fault, Mary.
Say, Buck, before you start shooting, I'll be glad to give you a few pointers on your love scene.
Now, Andy, what do you know about love scenes?
Plenty. I'm Clark Gable, Robert Taylor, and Charlie Butterworth rolled into one.
Charlie Butterworth? What do you got him in there for?
Modesty.
Well, all right, Andy, what's your... Darn it. What's your system?
Well, Buck, there's different ways of making a gal like you. Some fellows win 'em one way and some win 'em another.
I got mine on bank night.
Quiet. What were you saying, Andy?
Well, if you want a gal to fall in love with you, you gotta treat her rough. Be hard-boiled.
But, Andy, last week you told me you were always running out getting the girls sandwiches. What's rough about that?
I put too much mustard on them, that's what.
My, he is rough, isn't he, Mary, huh?
Yeah, he's a regular cave-in.
Yeah, he sure is. Huh?
Be ready for you in a minute, Mr. Benny.
Okay. Gee, isn't it awful? Hey, Rochester, have you got my shoes?
Here they are, boss.
Those are my sport shoes. Where'd you ever see sport shoes with a full dress suit?
In the Harlem Esquire.
Well, run over to my dressing room and get my plain black ones and hurry.
Black coat, black shoes, black pants. Yeah. You was the most monotonous man I ever worked
for. I'd fire him if he didn't have an iron-bound contract.
Hey, Bill. Bill, is Jack Benny on the set?
Oh, that's Raoul Walsh, my director. Here I am, Mr. Walsh. Gosh.
Hello, Jack. Now, first I'll explain this scene to you, and then we'll have a good rehearsal.
Swell. I hope you're not going to give me too much to do on my first day.
Don't worry.
No.
Now, as the scene opens, we find your wife and her lover seated in the drawing room.
I see.
And you're in the same room, hiding in a barrel.
In a barrel? What's a barrel doing in a drawing room?
The roof leaked.
Go away. But look, Mr. Walsh, I'm sorry. Look, if I'm in the barrel all the time, I mean, how will the audience know it's me?
Well, every now and then you can stick your nose out of the bunghole.
Oh, I see. Of course, there won't be any expression there. You know.
If it was your ear, you could wiggle it.
Nobody asked you, Kenny. there was just some way of identifying me.
Now to get back to the scene. You overhear your wife and her lover planning to run away.
Uh-huh.
And as they start to leave, you stick your head out of the barrel and holler, "Hey!"
I holler, "Hey!" See, then what?
You duck back in the barrel and we fade out.
Oh, I see. But gee, poking my head in and out of a barrel like that, I'll look something like a turtle, won't I?
That's it exactly.
Gee, Mary, I don't see why they have to get me for this part.
Yeah, with so many turtles out of work.
Oh, well.
All right, we're ready for a rehearsal. Where's the barrel?
It's just being painted, Mr. Waltz.
Well, make it snappy.
Yeah, I'm glad they're not ready yet. It'll give me a chance to memorize my part.
Say, Jack.
What?
Look, isn't that your makeup man over there painting the barrel?
Where? Oh, yes. It's a wonder he can see it without his glasses. Hello, Mr. Westmore.
Hello, Marlene.
Marlene?
We're all ready, Mr. Waltz.
Good. Places, everybody.
Right here, Mr. Waltz.
I'm ready.
Come on, Jack, get in that barrel.
Yes, sir. Gee, it isn't dry yet. Oh, well, my hands won't show. Mary, I'm in the barrel. Gee, it's lonesome in here.
What do you want, a floor show?
Now, this is a rehearsal. Remember, Jack, you hear them talk, and when they start to leave, stick out your head and holler, "Hey!"
Hey, I got it now.
Quiet, everybody. Action.
Oh, darling, how much longer must I wait? Don't you love me?
Yes, dearest. But what can I do about Gerald, my husband?
That's me, folks.
Quiet and pull in your head.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Waltz.
Continue.
Oh, you never cared for him? Are you going to give up our one chance for happiness?
No. No.
Then fly with me tonight. Come, let us away.
Yes, my sweet. Away.
Hey there. How was that, Mr. Walsh?
It's not hey there. It's just the one word hey.
Well, I thought by adding the word there, it would give me a feeling of being worried, you know.
Leave it out. The script is too long as it is.
Well, you're the boss. You're the boss.
Let's try it again.
Get back in the barrel, Jack.
I know what I'm doing. Wish they'd take these nails out of here.
One more rehearsal. Places, everybody, and make it a good one. Action.
Oh, darling, how much longer must I wait? Don't you love me?
Yes, dearest. But what can I do about Gerald, my husband?
Darn it.
Oh, you never cared for him? Are you going to give up our one chance for happiness?
No, no.
Then fly with me tonight. Come, let us away.
Yes, my sweet. Away. Yes, my sweet. Away.
I forgot my line. Isn't that awful?
It certainly is.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Mr. Walsh, but it's hard to remember two things at once. I mean, I have to say hey and stick my head out of the barrel at the same time.
Well, I'll make it easy for you, Jack. Just say hey and don't stick your head out of the barrel.
Oh, no! I'll get it next time. Just happens to be one of those words that gets you, you know?
Oh, Jack, hay isn't such a hard word to remember. Just think of what a horse eats.
What a horse eats. Hey, say, that'll help. All right, Mr. Walsh, here I go again. Gee, I wish they'd put a door in this thing. Or
All right, now. Ready, everybody? This is a picture.
Light 'em up.
Camera.
We're turning.
Action.
Oh, darling, how much longer must I wait? Don't you love me?
Yes, dearest. But what can I do about Gerald, my husband?
Oh, you never cared for him? Are you going to give up our one chance for happiness?
No, no.
Then fly with me tonight. Come, let us away.
Yes, my sweet. Away.
Oats!
Oats?
Oh, that's your fault, Mary.
This is awful. Oh, what's the matter with you, Jack?
There's nothing the matter with me. It's the part. Hey, what kind of a dramatic speech is that?
Why, you can't act any more than that barrel.
I can't, eh?
No.
Oh, what are you laughing at, Mary?
This is a fine picture. Artists and hiccups.
Oh, does Paul Muni have to go through with this?
Hey, Buck!
What? Oh! be with you again next Sunday night for our final broadcast of the season. I'd like to announce that the part of the director was played by my good friend Robert Emmett Keene. Oh, good night, folks. Good night.
The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for his final voyage of the season, we bring you that worn-out captain of the good ship Jell-O, Jack Benny.
Well, Jell-O again. This is your old skipper steaming into port. Chug, chug. Well, Don, this is our last broadcast. The last time this season we'll be together. Kind of sad, isn't it?
Yes, Jack, it is.
Yep. And when you said I was worn out, you hit it. I tell you, Don, I'm so exhausted from the strain of broadcasting. Well, I can hardly stand up.
Why, you look all right, Jack. You seem to be standing there very firm and erect.
Well, that's because the laundry puts a lot of starch in my underwear. If it weren't for that, I'd crumple.
You would? Well, now let me ask you something, Jack. Why should you be so tired?
Why should I? Well, that's about the silliest question I've ever heard. Really, that is positively ridiculous. No, really, that is the epitome of, well...
Well, what?
Epitome threw me there. Bill, did you hear what Don just asked me?
Sure. Why should you be so tired?
Why? Do you realize what 39 weeks in radio takes out of a man?
Well, you take something out of radio, don't you?
That's not the point. That doesn't tire me. It's those weeks of hard grinding labor.
Labor? Do you call what you do labor?
Well, I don't know what else you'd call it.
Now, look here, Jack. You only do one broadcast a week, don't you?
Yes, but
And that runs a half hour.
I know, but I read more lines than anyone else on the program.
We can't help it if you're a pig.
Now, look here,
And
Phil.
furthermore, out of the half hour, we do 15 minutes of music and song, don't we?
Yes, but...
And I take 2 minutes more to talk about Jell-O.
I know, fellas, but...
So, Mr. Tilly the Toiler, that leaves you exactly 13 minutes of work every week. Imagine, 13 minutes.
Well, 13 is unlucky, and you know it.
Wait a minute, Jack. We weren't talking about superstition.
Well, we are now. I wish you two would stick to the subject.
Hey, what's all the excitement?
Oh, these guys. Hello, Kenny.
What's the matter?
Oh, Jack's complaining because he has to work 13 minutes a week.
Oh, yeah? Where's he working?
Right here, and so are you. For your information, Kenny, being on this program is very hard work.
You're fooling.
I am not.
Then I want a raise.
Well, I can't discuss business now. I'll think it over.
Better make it quick. I'm getting smart.
Oh, you are, eh? Well, there's an item for Ripley, isn't it?
I am not. Hello, Jack.
Hello. Well, Mary, this is our last program of the season. Are you glad?
Yeah. Gee, I'm so tired and worn out. I thought I'd never get here today.
You see, fellas? You see what broadcasting does to you?
Not that. I was at the Trocadero last night.
Oh. Well, that's play. I'm tired from overwork.
We proved that you do very little work on the radio, Jack, so stop complaining.
Now, wait a minute, Don. What about my work in pictures? I forgot to mention that.
That's mighty white of you.
Yeah, well, how about that last picture I just finished where I had to get in and out of a barrel for hours and hours? I suppose that doesn't wear you out.
The barrel didn't look good either.
You would think of that, Kenny. Isn't he dumb, Mary?
I'll say. He's a regular Charlie McCarthy with blood.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Yes, sir, that's the best description yet.
And how?
Yeah, one thing about Kenny, he appreciates everything. Come in. Oh, now come in. Oh, well, it's our last program, folks.
Hiya, Buck!
Hello, Andy. Hello. Nice of you to drop in on our last broadcast.
Yep, I come over to get my diploma.
Well, you deserve one. But tell me, Andy, have you enjoyed working with us this past season and being one of our gang?
Sure have. And say, Buck, do you remember the first time I joined your program?
I certainly do. Why, what are you laughing at?
Remember how funny my voice used to sound?
Yes, but that's a long time ago, Andy. What'd you do to cure it?
Well...
Quite a change there, quite a change. Tell me, Andy, what did you do to improve your voice?
I've been taking singing lessons. Me.
Have you got a good teacher, Andy?
Well, pretty good, but shucks. I'm still a long ways from the Metropolitan.
Well, Andy, what you need is a good rest like I do. I'm going to take a nice long vacation.
Where are you going, Buck?
Well, first I'm going to visit my hometown, Waukegan, and then I'm going to take a trip to Europe.
Europe, huh?
Yes, sir. Come here, I'll tell you all about it while Phil plays a number. I'll tell you, Andy, when... Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
I want to take this opportunity of wishing you a very, very happy trip to Europe.
Well, thanks. Say, who are you?
The Queen Mary. Chug, chug.
I'd like to bump him into a dock. Play, Phil. That was on Yours for the Asking, played by Phil Harris and his international musicians. You know, folks, he's got a man in his band from every country but this one.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. My boys are all Americans.
Oh, football players. I've been suspecting that right along. Well, Phil, just the same, I'm going to miss him. I sure am. You know, you won't be playing many more numbers this season, will you?
Telephone or musical?
Well, I'm not interested in your phone numbers. Say, I do all right myself. Don't I, Mary?
No.
Oh, yeah? Listen, I got the number of a girl last night who lives right on the same street as Carol Lombard. I
bet she's a mess.
Is that so? Lombard is beautiful, and you know it.
I wasn't talking about Carol Lombard.
Oh, I suppose she's not good enough for you. Well, listen, Carol Lombard is about the loveliest...
Quiet, you two punks.
Who was that?
Clark Gable.
Oh. I wish he'd stay home or I'd shut up. You know, that guy Gable swings a mighty wicked right.
He can swing it around me anytime he wants to.
Well, I think we better talk about something else.
Yes, I think so, too. Say, Jack, have you decided where you're going on your vacation?
Yes, Don, I finally made up my mind. I'm going to Europe.
To Europe?
Yes, that's about 5,000 miles from Carol Lombard's house. Roughly.
What do you mean, roughly?
Gable just pushed me.
Why don't you push him back?
Because I want to go to Europe and shut up. Now, let's talk about something else.
I don't care. I'm not in it anyway.
Quiet. You know, Don, before I take my vacation, Mary and I are going down to Dallas, Texas to appear at the Pan American Exposition. Nice of them to invite us, wasn't it?
Yes, it certainly was, Jack. When are you going to be there?
July 3rd, 4th, and 5th, said he, not realizing it was a plug. There's going to be big doings down there.
But Texas is a real He-Man state. What do they want with a guy like you?
Now, listen, partner. Sheriff Buck Benny is mighty well known down Dallas way. And they're going to give me a real rootin', tootin' Western reception.
Is that so?
Yes, sir, and believe me, I can take it. Excepting for one thing.
What's that?
If they ask me to get on a horse, I'll die.
Jack,
no kidding, huh?
Jack, are you really afraid of riding a horse?
It's not the riding so much, Don. It's the result, you know.
Yeah, every time Jack gets on a horse, he has a hip hangover.
Now, that's a lie.
Say, Jack, when we get down there, I hope I meet a nice cowboy.
Oh, you probably will, Mary.
I hope he's good looking and he likes me.
He will. Say, there's nobody as romantic as a Texas cowboy.
I'll bet he asked me to go out with him.
Oh, sure.
Wow!
What happened?
He just kissed me.
Well, that's over. Now you don't have to go to Texas.
I do, too. I want another one.
Get ready, Texas.
Say, Buck.
Yes, Andy?
When you get down to Dallas, I wish you'd look up my Aunt Florabelle.
Your Aunt Florabelle, is she down there?
Yeah. She lives all alone, and she's the sweetest little old lady you ever met.
Well, I'll sure look her up. What does she do, Andy?
She's a blacksmith.
Oh, she runs a nag bootery. Is that it? Well.
Yeah, you ought to see her give a horse to Hotfoot.
Well, that'll be a treat. I'll sure look her up.
Oh, Jack, I got an aunt in Montreal.
In Montreal? Well, I'm going to Dallas.
She don't care.
And don't waste my time with a lot of nonsense. Every time you open your mouth, you take up a minute of nothing.
Smile when you say that, partner.
What?
There goes my raise.
You said it.
Jack, if you're going to Dallas, when do you intend to leave for Europe?
Right afterwards, Don. And by the way, what are you going to do this summer?
Well, first I'm going to make a picture for Universal.
Oh, you too, huh?
Yes, and I won't be in a barrel.
You would if you could get in one. And, Kenny, I'll bet you're glad it's all over for a while, huh?
Oh, I don't know.
Where are you going on your vacation?
Well, I got a new car, so I think I'll drive to Honolulu.
To Honolulu? You can't drive to Honolulu.
I can try.
Yes, you can try.
You better take plenty of towels.
Well, I'm pretty blue today. I don't know how you fellas feel about it, but I think it's a shame for this gang to break up. I mean, even for the summer,
Yeah.
Gee, we've been together all these weeks, and, I don't know, we've been so happy and congenial. I mean, it hasn't been just a cold-blooded business arrangement on our part, has it, Phil?
No, I haven't made a dime all year.
That's what I mean. It's deeper than that. It's not a question of dollars and cents and raises and salaries. Gee, with our little group, it's more like I'm the father, and we're all one little happy family. What are you laughing at?
Where do we live, in Scotland?
Oh, you. I don't know, fellas. We've been together 39 weeks, and yet it seems like a dream. Gee, like something that never really happened. Something that didn't exist at all. But it did, didn't it?
Don't look at me!
Oh, maybe I'm just a sentimental old fool.
Yeah.
But, after all, we've been such pals, such friends. Oh, I don't know. Life is funny, isn't it? We're here, we're there, and yet, where are we?
Last time I heard we were in Scotland.
Oh, there's certainly a lot of sentiment in this troop. Say, fellas, you know what we ought to do? This being our last program, let's tear up our scripts and make it a little informal party. Just a little fun among ourselves. What do you say?
Hootman!
Candy, if you don't behave, I'll pull up your kilties and give you a good spanking. No kidding, fellas. What do you say?
Okay, Jack, what do we do? Idea.
Mary, how about you singing a song?
I will if Andy stays out of it.
That's an insult. I sang with Crosby.
Well, Crosby can take it. Come on, Mary, sing a song. Now, wasn't that good, fellas? Don't you feel happier? You see? You can't do anything to please this gang. Come in.
Oh, look who's here. Hello, Johnny.
Well, Johnny Green.
Hello, Jack and Mary.
Fellas, you all know Johnny Green, who used to be with us.
Sure. Hi, Johnny. Good to see you.
Johnny, I want to congratulate you on the nice job you're doing on your summer show.
Thanks, Jack. And by the way, I brought over that arrangement you asked for. Do you want to go through with it?
Sure I do.
What is it, Jack?
Yeah, what do you got up your sleeve, Buck?
Well, I'll tell you, fellas, it's sort of a surprise. I've been practicing my violin for the past 10 weeks, and it's a secret. Even my neighbors don't know it.
They think it's the lawnmower.
Yeah, they do not. Anyway, I've been rehearsing, and Johnny made a special violin arrangement of a number he wrote called Body and Soul. And he's going to accompany me, aren't you, Johnny?
Yes, sir, and here's a copy of the music.
Thanks. Gee, these notes look kind of difficult.
That's the title page. Open it.
Oh. Gee, now it is difficult. Look at that jungle of notes there.
Say, Jack, have you got a piano here?
A piano? That thing over there in the corner isn't a pool table.
It isn't?
No.
I told my piano player that, but he talked me out of
it. Well, let's cut out the kidding. Do you want to hear me play the violin or not?
Yes, Jack, come on, play it.
All right, bring me my fiddle, Mary.
Okay, I haven't got a conscience anyway.
No, you don't have to worry. Well, are you ready, Johnny?
Yes, but look, Jack, when you come to that first crescendo, be sure and start out fortissimo and very stringendo bowing.
I see.
Yes, and then you grade off to a slight smorzando.
To a slight smorzando there. Well, shouldn't I arpeggio a bit?
That's irrelevant.
Oh, you're a lawyer, too. Well, all right, let's get started. Now, quiet, everybody.
Quiet.
Quiet!
Quiet on a cent.
Thanks. Now, Johnny, be on the alert, because as a rule, you see, when I play a violin solo, I improvise quite a bit.
Just play this one the way it's written. Don't show off.
The way you talk, you think this was your program.
When you get through playing, anybody can have it.
All right, let's go on with it. I pick out the worst guest stars, don't I, folks? And now, ladies and gentlemen, with your kind attention, for the feature attraction of our last program of the season, I will play Body and Soul, written by Johnny Green, and especially arranged as a violin solo for me. I'm a little bit out of tune there, I think. Johnny, give me A, will you?
I know, Jack. I know.
Well, that's pretty close there, huh? All right, Johnny, Body and Soul. Nice violin arrangement there. Now you play something, Johnny. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was a violin solo played by Johnny Green at the piano. But it wasn't bad at that. How did you like it, fellas?
And you talk about my singing. Play, Phil!
And we'll be with you again on Sunday night, October 3rd, with the same old gang. Thanks so much, Johnny, for coming up.
You're welcome, Jack.
In the meantime, I know you're going to enjoy the Jell-O summer program, which starts next Sunday, starring lovely Jane Froman, and including Freddie Leitner, Don Ross, and the music of Dartiga.
Say, Buck, that sounds like a mighty fine lineup. Do you think there's a chance of squeezing me in there for a couple of hot courses a week?
No, Andy, but I'll tell you what you can do. You can listen to the program.
Okay, Buck, if I can't horn in, I'll tune in.
Well, that's great. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity of thanking all of my listeners for their splendid support, my cast, and also the readers of Radio Guide for again making it possible for me to win the 1937 poll. I also want to thank my authors, Bill Morrow and Ed Boulogne, who worked with me on the preparation of my material. Mary, do you want to thank anyone?
Well, if that cowboy in Texas is listening in, thanks in advance.
Good night, folks, and a happy summer vacation.